Welcome into the Rounding Third podcast on a Monday night. We have a special episode tonight because it's the watch party. So not our typical Monday night show, just going to be a 3-hour marathon like we have for game 1 and game 2. But yeah, we have, as you see, we have Harrison and we have our token Yankees fan of the show, Craig Stevenson on. How are we doing, fellas?
But probably doing better than you, Craig, but I'm all right. How are we doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm hanging in there. Hoping today's a little bit better result.
Yeah.
I
mean, can I just say, Nick, we're slumming it with a Yankees fan watching the World Series. The Yankees are in. Like, I never thought in my life I'd be here.
Yeah, as two Red Sox fans are also kind of rooting for the Yankees as well. It's kind of weird. But yeah, before we get into it, if you're watching, please like and follow us on Facebook. You can follow on Instagram. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. The ongoing support has been incredible. We're almost to 6,000 followers on Facebook now. We just keep growing and growing, and that's thanks to all you guys and the followers. It's been, as I said, it's been a wild ride for us. So this has been absolutely incredible. And these last 2 games, the baseball discussions that we've had have been absolutely awesome from everybody that comes in the chat. So we like these open forums because it's been awesome. It's been really cool.
It's actually been a lot of fun to not have a show format at all. Just hang out, watching baseball, talking baseball. I mean, this is a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Craig. What is going on with the Yankees?
Weak bullpen mixed with some bad luck. And our superstar not hitting.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think not hitting might be generous. I mean, I sent these guys a picture earlier today with a stat, and I want to say it was like in the regular season, Aaron Judge swings and misses 12% of the time. In the postseason, it's been 25% of the time. In the World Series, it's been 32% of the time. Like, he's just a gigantic fan up there right now.
Yeah,
and that is not like him.
He looks like early in his career, where he was just coming up and kind of waving at everything and not really disciplined at the plate. Like, this isn't the hitter that Aaron Judge is, and you can tell he seems to be pressing quite a bit.
Yeah, here's the stat. In the regular season, Aaron Judge swung and missed at 12.1% of the pitches he saw. In the postseason, 21.6. In the World Series so far, 32.6. So almost a third of the time he swings, it's a whiff.
Oof. Which
is almost triple what his regular season average is. He is so much better than this, and I mean, if you watched during game 2, I was mad by the end of it. Like, move him down the lineup. You got to figure something out because you can't leave this guy in the middle of the order just swinging and missing. He's killing rallies.
He is. We're getting the leadoff two leadoff spots are doing what they got to do, and then it's just a big strikeout, and then you leave Stanton with what's left. It isn't much usually.
But thank God he's done something with it, right? I mean, if it wasn't for Stanton, I'm not sure where this offense would be.
No, I mean, Stanton has carried this team through the entire playoffs, which is shocking because if you asked me at the beginning of the playoffs, I would have thought it was Stanton that would have gone, 9 for 41 or whatever the actual stat is through the playoffs. But, yeah.
I'm glad you said that because that's actually a question I had for you is Stanton's performance shocking as a Yankees fan since you haven't seen much out of him in the regular season? We lose Craig.
Yeah.
We lost you, Craig.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
you have me back?
There you go. You're back.
Okay,
you're back.
So what I was saying about Stanton. It's been shocking because Stanton, it's kind of like the 2009 series when A-Rod came out on fire. Stanton, for the longest time, is just, the out machine and killing rallies in the playoffs for us. And it's kind of a refreshing, take to have him actually earn the money that he's been paid.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big bill to live up to, period. Like, if you get paid, north of $25 million a year and you're not performing, it's a lot of pressure. I don't care what anyone says. Like, if I get paid $20 million plus to do anything, I'm friggin' stressing. that I don't make a mistake. You know what I mean? So like, and then when you go out and you start struggling, like every athlete in baseball struggles. It's the game. The great ones find a way out of those mini slumps sooner than others.
Yep.
But you throw $40 million on top of your name and try to get out of that slump. It's a different type of pressure.
Well, and I think we were talking about it during game 2. What made those Yankees teams of the 90s and early 2000s so good was everybody in the lineup came through in situations like that. Everybody. 1 through 9. If you put runners on base, you knew they were coming in to score. It didn't matter who was up. And this Yankees team isn't that. They are heavily reliant on a few guys. And otherwise, you've got some guys who we thought were going to play well, who made this lineup better than the Dodgers. We thought would be impact players that haven't done anything.
Yeah, we had actually kind of picked the Yankees mostly because of their discipline at the plate. Because you look at the first 2 series and they weren't chasing a single thing.
No.
And then now it just seems like they are flailing and waving at everything. But
what's your sense here, Craig? Is the moment too big for this group, or are they just in a rut?
I think that they legitimately fear the Dodgers, and we're trying to get out on them early in both game 1 and both game 2, and they were swinging at stuff that they weren't supposed to. They were also reverse pitched a few times.
Big time.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's the things that they didn't see in the first 2 series.
Right.
I mean, they were very, very disciplined. It's like, I don't know. It's like 2 different teams. It's like Quantum Leap, and I jumped in their into the batter's box. Sometimes it's weird. I don't know.
Well, we were saying that too. Like, credit to Jack Flaherty. Flaherty hung a lot of off-speed pitches, but he threw so damn many of them that when he mixed in a fastball, he blew them away. They were late. And then they would try to catch up the fastball and he'd throw another off-speed pitch, slider, curveball, something. And he had these guys completely lost at the plate. They had no idea what was coming. They were completely pitching. He was completely pitching them backwards. And his game plan, although his stuff wasn't necessarily sharp the whole time, it didn't matter because he had them so confused and so out of balance that it didn't matter.
Yeah, it was like a college team going up against a professional team. It really was that much.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the same thing out of Buehler tonight. They're going to see a lot of spin early, I think.
Tons of curveballs. And he's looked good his last couple trips out. The breaking stuff is back. He's got feel again. So if he can locate, it's going to be tough. But I will say, going to New York in the cold weather is going to be a lot different for these guys.
Yeah. But Teoscar Hernandez has absolutely owned the Yankee Stadium this year.
He has. He had 3 home runs, 9 RBIs in one game or one weekend.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But all right, yeah, we had our first comment here. Like, was worried about the Shohei injury. I mean, that happened late in game 2. The shoulder seemed like it was a sublux, is what I've heard. Right, kind of popped out, kind of went back in. He was seen wearing a sling during introductions, but he's, obviously leading off the game right now. So, and he's probably going to go upper tank because that's Otani. But seems like everything's good with him. At least good enough to play. I think short of taking his legs off, you're not going to get Otani out of this game.
Do we think a sore shoulder is going to impact him at all, or is this like give me a couple Tylenol and let's go? Although if Clark Schmidt doesn't throw strikes, none of it's going to matter. So
yeah, no, like you would have to pry me off the field if I'm on the lineup for a World Series game.
Same thing.
Pry me off the field. Like, sorry, dude. Nick, your arm's literally hanging. I don't care. I'll swing.
Give me a cortisone shot. I'll be out there.
Yeah. So, and it's not his throwing shoulder. If it was his throwing shoulder, I think it's a completely different animal.
He doesn't throw though.
Well, no, but they also want to protect it for next year. So that's all I'm saying. But yeah.
Well, and I think the batting you can get by with a sore shoulder, but a lot of other stuff you can't.
So we're not going to pitch to him at all.
Well, yeah, it didn't matter because there wasn't a single pitch that was within a foot of the strike zone in that at bat. So clearly Schmidt wanted no part of Otani.
Yeah. Which team are we fans of? Me and
Neither.
Harrison are Red Sox fans. But yeah, and then obviously Craig here, who's joining us tonight as a guest, is diehard Yankees fan. So, yeah. Oh, there's a strike finally. Yeah. So, what's your sense in this game then? I mean, if game 2 was a must-win for the Yankees, tonight definitely is.
Oh yeah, this isn't the pitcher I want on the mound for a must-win situation. That's for sure. I just want to get him through 5 innings unscathed, with us with the lead, maybe a run or 2 lead, and I'd feel okay. I wouldn't feel like it's the 90s Yankees, but I'd feel okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Yankees team feels very, very vulnerable. And it feels like they've been exposed, and they need to answer in a big way tonight, or this series could be over in 4. Because I think if they lose tonight, I don't think there's a lot of confidence going on the field tomorrow.
Yeah.
No.
What's your thought on Aaron Boone's management so far as a Yankees fan?
Well, the Cole situation, I'm not happy about. Pulling him with 81 to 89 pitches. I can't remember how many exact pitches it was. I know it was in the 80s.
Yeah, it was high 80s, I think.
He should have stayed in the game. It's the World Series.
Right.
We got, a day off in between each game. We're probably going to get a rain out tomorrow in New York, I think.
Yeah.
You have time to rest him.
So let's get to the big question then. Tim Hill or Nestor Cortez?
How is that not strike 3? I mean,
I think you go Cortez just because.
Really? You would have put Cortez in that situation?
I have a little more faith in Cortez in that situation than Hill.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a month.
I know, but he's still – it goes back to the New York, and he's been here before in a playoff situation.
All right. I never – that pitch was right down the middle.
Yeah, how is that not a strike?
it has to be the way he caught it, the way he was like – the way he
reached
across,
over.
But, I mean, that was strike 3 for sure. Yeah, sorry. So just a fair warning, Craig. I'm like 45 seconds ahead of you guys all the time, it seems. So
okay,
I try not to react too much when things happen.
Right.
Let you catch up.
So you honestly would have gone Cortez in the 9th inning when he hasn't pitched in the month in the World Series. They don't even do it in the regular season.
I don't have faith in Hill at all. I really don't. I don't like him.
Is it because of how he looks? He looks weird. Is that all you're basing it on, or?
No, I'm not basing it on how he looks. I just
because the 3 of us have nothing to talk about there.
Yeah, facts.
None of us are winning any sexiest man of the year from Joy.
No, I keep waiting for my announcement to come out, but it's not. It's not.
All right, Jay.
Oh, there's Jay back in the chat tonight.
Jay, I pulled this hat out just for you, buddy. So you're welcome. Pulled this out. I was like, yes, I'm wearing the Angels hat tonight. This is one of my favorite ones. This City Connect hat is absolute fire. I love this thing. But yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like Boone did not look past Otani. Yes, Cortez's stats against Otani were good. He was like 2 for 12 off Cortez. So fine. Whatever happens in that bat, you're going to walk Mookie.
Right.
Right?
You're not going to like this guy.
I don't think he looked.
No, really?
I don't. Oh, God.
Shit.
MVP. Jesus Christ. This dude.
He's just right.
Yeah, Jay, are you kidding? It's.
Oh, boy.
Yep. I think that's how we all feel at this point. Like, it doesn't seem to matter what you do.
It's time for you to give Freeman the Barry Bonds treatment here.
Yeah.
It's time. Don't throw this guy a strike.
Right. Yeah.
Just put him on first base.
Otani's 1 for 10 in the series, and you're afraid to pitch to him, but yet Freeman just keeps raking.
Otani's on first base holding his jersey like this. Did you see it?
He's trying to support his shoulder.
Yeah. I don't know why we're pitching to Freddie Freeman at this point. You can't anymore.
No.
Absolutely nuts. Consecutive games with home runs in World Series.
That is
history.
Absolutely not the start that you needed.
No, definitely not what we needed. Oh my God.
Wow.
Well, and Nick and I said the same thing you did, Craig. This Schmidt is not the ideal guy we would want on the mound for a big game you have to win either. But I didn't feel great about Rodon.
No.
In game 2 either. Like outside of Cole, I don't know that you've got anybody in this rotation you can be like, I am for sure going to get a good start out of him tonight.
Yeah, no, we don't. We're very offensive heavy team. We have been all year.
Yep.
Would you have gone heel? I mean, I know it's hindsight, but would you have gone heel game 3 here?
Yes.
I mean, I
the
feel
guy
like
was
he's
a Cy Young candidate for 3/4 of the season. I feel like they just like poo-pooed him all of a sudden.
Dude, his month of May was ridiculous. He had what, 5 or 6 starts and he didn't give up a run.
He had a rough August.
He did.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, Jay, we're feeling the same way. If the Yankees lose tonight,
yeah,
it's gonna be tough for them to mount any kind of comeback, even in New York.
We're gonna need like that Red Sox magic or whatever the hell they were doing in 2004 to come back from that. I mean,
so I just finished watching the documentary on Netflix. They were taking shots and stuff before Game 6 and Game 7.
They're cowboying up.
They were just
yeah.
I mean,
still one of my favorite clips of all time is Kevin Millar talking to Shaughnessy. Don't let us win tonight. Don't let us win tonight.
Yep.
Because then he's like, then we got Pedro and Schill, and he lines the whole thing up for him. He's like, don't let us win tonight. And sure enough.
That's still one of the craziest games that I don't understand the Yankees not testing Schilling's ankle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I get what Torrey was saying. He didn't want to take his guys' bats away by just having them bunt, but the dude couldn't move.
I mean, one bunt, you might have had him roll an ankle while he's out there, and then he's coming off the field anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you guys have pitched him though, like going back in time with that ankle, not knowing the future of what happened? Would you guys put him on the mound?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this is great, right? So we had Jim Rowe. He was the trainer of the Red Sox in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
We had him on the show, like our 3rd podcast ever, early on. And he walked us through that whole Schilling day and what it looked like with like Dr. Andrews and him. And he said what he went through to get out on the mound. Like we were trying to convince him at times, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't. And Schilling goes, I don't care what you have to do. Get me on that bump.
Huh.
And he ended up, Dr. Andrews literally stapled his skin to his bone so the tendon would stop rolling back and forth. So it was actually stable. And that's where all the blood came from, was the skin starting to tear away from the staple.
Wow.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's the kind of crazy stuff you only read about and don't think is actually real.
Yeah, and Jim walked us through that, and it was absolutely incredible.
And he's like, as the trainer, I'm like, we shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be on the mound.
Yeah.
But if you want to go, we'll help get you there. But
right. So how many times did you shoot him up and stuff to get him out there for the pain and everything?
Oh, he was on painkillers. He was getting cortisone shots, and then everything they had. They threw everything they had at him.
Yeah. Huh. But I mean, that's got to be one of, if not the gutsiest pitching performances ever. I mean, I can't think of another one off the top of my head where it was like, wow, I can't believe he just did that. But
right.
No, I mean, you got all the stories of the guys that came back on short rest, like Madison Bumgarner and all that. Like those are all cool stories. But like this dude was literally this guy was stapled together to get on the mound. Like,
yeah,
next level.
Yeah.
Rizzo, Trevino. It moved to Verdugo. So keeping Verdugo in the 9 hole.
Yeah, they didn't really change anything.
No, just swapped out Wells for Trevino.
Yeah, that's it.
What is your feeling on Wells? I mean, it seems like he's a really talented guy, but super streaky.
Well, that's the thing, is he's been super cold streaky through the entire playoffs, but he's been really good defensively.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's good behind the plate.
I don't know. He's young. Give him time to develop. We don't, as much as I want it, we don't have that 90s team anymore. It's just some of these aren't.
I just expected this to be a little bit, little more competitive than this. I did not expect the Dodgers to just come in and steamroll like they have. Really haven't. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, game 1 was a wicked gut punch. I kind of expected game 2 to go that way.
Yeah, game 2, like we said going in, it was definitely a must win, and they did not show up, which is not like this organization typically.
No. And I think if we do not win the World Series, they fire Aaron Boone this year, hands down. No matter how many, even he got the World Series, I think he's fired at the end of the year.
Honestly, I thought Boone was going to be gone a couple of years ago. Like Cashman was like when all the coaches went, I thought he was gone too. But it was just a weird thing for me to think that you were going to fire all the coaches and then keep the manager, and then he was going to pick all his coaches again. Like I thought that was just a weird move. But
I think Hal likes Aaron Boone.
That's fine, but I don't know.
All right, there we go.
Yep, a leadoff walk. I mean, the Yankees are now. I know it's 2-0, top of the first. There's plenty of game left, but
they got to answer though. You can't. You cannot continue to not answer.
Yeah,
it just feels like, if they don't answer here, it is an uphill mountain climb.
Yeah.
They got the guy with the check for $600 million crossed out. It's now $650 million.
Right.
You'll see it in a second.
That's funny.
Oh man.
How much would you pay Juan Soto to stay in New York, Craig? If you're the Yankees, you're the GM of the Yankees.
Well, it depends on if Cole opts out of his contract.
You think that'll happen?
I do.
Will he opt out to sign a new one with the Yankees, or will he opt out to go back and test the market?
Opt out to sign a new one with the Yankees. I think he's going to more money. And that's the problem is I don't really know. I'm not inside. I don't know if this is George Steinbrenner's Yankees where he would spend whatever he wants. But I think Soto's going to, in free agency, he's going to get a ton of money. I don't know that it's going to be $650 million. It might be $700 million. But
if you have to you got to put a number on it right now. Like, we're not in the inside office either, and we put numbers on it. So you got to give us one.
You guys say he was going to get.
I said, all right, here's what. So Spot Track had him pegged at 14 years, like 530. I said he's probably 14 years, 560, because that'd be $40 million per season.
That was a great.
He's not Otani. He can't pitch. He doesn't draw an overseas market. So it would be hard to pay a guy much more than $40 million. But that's what Aaron Judge is making, $40 million a season. I think it'd be hard to pay a guy more than that.
I have him at 600. I think he doesn't go below 600.
Yeah, I think he's 550 to 575 is my guess.
Because if Steve Cohen doesn't sign him, he's going to drive the price through the roof.
Well, yeah. And what I wonder too is will the price get driven up just based on the fact that he's afraid somebody else is going to make some crazy offer? Like, do you almost end up bidding against yourself out of fear somebody like a Cohen will make some crazy friggin' offer and you just want to go in quick?
when Judge is right, he doesn't miss that inside fastball like he just did.
No, he is not. He looks lost up there.
Swung right through it.
Is Soto a Boris guy?
If he is, he probably won't be for long because everyone's dropping him.
I think he was a Boris guy. I don't know if he still is.
I think he's going to get around 555.
14 years. Do you think 14 years is the mark?
He is still with Boris.
14 years, maybe an option, maybe 13 with an option for 4, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think he's mid to high fives.
I mean, I think
could somebody throw a stupid number at him? Sure.
Yeah. I think Cohen's going to do it.
But you can't justify it. Shohei, you paid him $700 million over 10 years. Now, granted, if you're going to give Soto $700 million over 14 years, he's not getting the same deal as Otani.
Right.
But he's also not bringing the same value Otani brings, because outside of baseball, Otani brings you a whole international market that's going to spend money like crazy on your stuff.
Yeah, the Dodgers have already made that back.
The Dodgers are easily making up the contract. Oh God, Judge.
Do you think he's hurt?
I think he's lost up there, and because he's done so poorly, I think he's pressing now, and I think that's he's just trying to make contact. He's like feeling his way around up there. The swing looks stiff, like he just doesn't look right. I mean, granted, Bueller's bringing it tonight. His velocity's up higher than it's been the last couple times we've seen him.
I mean, that's a dirty pitch too. An inch off the plate with movement. That's a dirty pitch.
It is, but Judge was probably a foot away from it. Like he wasn't even on it.
Yeah.
Which is not like him.
He looks like me up there swinging when Nick's pitching.
Well, it almost looks like a wiffle ball. It's like everything seems to be breaking more, and he just can't get it. He needs an at bat where he just tattoos something to get his confidence back.
Yeah. Or even one of those little Texas leaguers. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, maybe he just needs to get a hit to get some feeling back, but he looks lost up there.
Dang. Wild.
I mean, look at this stat. You'll see in a second. Soto and Stanton are 5 for 16 combined, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. The rest of the team is 9 for 55 with an RBI. The rest of the team has done 0 in this series.
Yeah.
It's the Soto and Stanton show.
Yeah. And you mix in a little Jazz Chisholm, getting on base, walking, creating a little chaos on the bases.
Yep.
See, that's what I was thinking. The at-bat that Chisholm had in game 2 in the 9th inning, I was like, those are the at-bats that we had seen the whole playoffs out of the Yankees so far.
Yep.
And we just hadn't seen it until Jazz finally put one of them together. But, yeah. All right. I'm going to give you guys some trivia questions. So,
right, mix it in.
Craig, you got to help him out here. So, here we go. All right. These are completely random.
Oh, man.
Questions.
Even better. There's not even like a theme here.
Okay. The first and only total lunar eclipse during a World Series coincidentally happened on Game 4 of the series, which ended what?
I know that was the 04.
It was.
Or ALCS?
Not ALCS. It was in the World Series, so it ended.
Oh, the 19.
The curse of Bambino.
Yeah.
Look at the friggin' Yankees fan come in and get that right.
Right?
Jeez.
All right. Next one. Which pitcher held the record for largest contract in Major League Baseball history? 8 years, $121 million for the Rockies for only 2 days in December of 2000, only to be surpassed by Alex Rodriguez 48 hours later.
Was that the Mike Hampton contract?
It was the Mike Hampton contract. Nice.
Another pitcher who could hit. Like that dude would pinch hit.
Oh, yeah.
And hit bombs.
He could
hit bombs.
Absolutely rake. All right. Who won all of the series clinching games for the Red Sox in the 2004 postseason? ALDS, ALCS, and the World Series.
Wasn't it D'Lo?
It was D'Lo. Nice. Yep, Derek Lowe.
That sinker. When that sinker was on, man, good luck.
Yeah. All right. On August 10th, 1944, the most efficient game ever thrown was by Red Barrett, only needing 58 pitches for a complete game, 2-0 shutout against the Reds. Wow. Which team did he pitch for?
58 pitches?
58 pitches. That's an MLB record.
I mean, that's like 3 innings for most of the guys these days.
Right? Which team did he pitch for?
Was it St. Louis Cardinals?
No. Good guess.
That was a good guess. Mets?
Nope.
Reds?
Nope. Look at the colors.
No, I'm getting purple and red.
That's not purple. It's supposed to be blue in the background.
Oh, okay.
No. It's a National League team. National League East.
So Braves?
Yeah, Braves.
Wow.
Yep. Atlanta Braves. That's weird that it shows up purple because it's blue on mine.
Yeah, it comes through purple for me.
Weird.
Yeah, me too.
Huh. Weird. Well, whatever. All right.
Maybe colorblind, who knows?
Well, either we both are or Nick is. I mean, let's figure out the odds.
It's probably me. All right. Even though the Cardinals have the bird across their chest, that's not where the name came from. An article of clothing they wore was described as a lovely shade of cardinal. What article of clothing was it?
Their sports jackets.
No. Good guess.
Oh, good one, though. Article of clothing they wore. Was it the hat?
Nope, not the hat.
Jersey?
Nope.
Oh, no, they always wore the undershirts that were red, right?
Yep, it's not the undershirts.
Oh, come on, man.
Was it their tie, like their dress tie?
Nope.
Socks?
Yeah, they're socks.
Jeez, I'm like, we're running out of clothing here. Nobody sees their jock, so it's not that.
Yeah, they're underwear.
Although with these pants this year, you could see their jock.
Yeah, facts.
That's just warning track power. Thank God.
Yeah, a little WTP. Hit the weight room.
All right. Big Z, Carlos Zambrano, became the first pitcher with a last name that starts with Z to throw a no-hitter. What was stranger is he accomplished this at a neutral site because of Hurricane Ike in 2008. Where did Zambrano throw the no-no?
Houston, right? Then they
it was against Houston.
Okay.
But not in Houston.
But not in Houston.
Was it in the state of Florida?
No.
It
was up near them.
Minnesota. Didn't they go to a dome?
Oh, you're really, really close, Craig. I'll give it.
Milwaukee?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Miller Park in Milwaukee. But,
I mean, I'll give that one to you, Craig. You know, Minnesota, close enough.
Well, and Milwaukee has a dome, so that's.
I just remember because it was such an odd thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
All right. Utah Street is famously littered with plaques from all of the home runs hit. Who hit the furthest one in a game onto Utah Street? So obviously Griffey with the home run off the warehouse doesn't count.
Okay.
All right, in a game.
Manny hit a bomb out there, but I don't think it's him.
Chris Davis?
No. It's recent.
Is it Aaron Judge?
No. It's a lefty. And
Soto?
he is an Oriole.
He is an Oriole. Their young catcher there. What's his name?
Rushman.
Not Rushman. It's a good guess.
Not Cedric.
Nope.
Wouldn't be. So you said it's lefty, so it's not Mountcastle, not Santander.
It is a young guy.
Gunner?
Yeah, it is Gunner. 462.
That was a shot.
Yeah.
That's a poke,
He overtook Henry Rodriguez from the Expos this year. He just did it this year.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So, who was the first player to hit a ground rule home run at Tropicana Field? It happened in 1998 by a visiting player from the AL West.
Ground rule home run.
Yep.
That ballpark. Jesus.
Well, we won't have to worry about it anymore.
No,
there's no roof to keep it in anymore. 98 from the AL West. Boy, oh boy.
Ugh.
And the color's a hint.
Yeah, so Mariners color.
Yep.
Griffey?
Not Griffey.
Edgar.
It is Edgar. Nice.
Huh.
Yep. Edgar Martinez. Good.
Ground rule home run. Just
yep.
How dumb is it to even have that as a thing?
Yep. I love this one.
Yeah.
What manager was fined $5,000 for returning to the dugout after an ejection wearing a fake mustache?
Come on, Craig. I know you got it.
That's on the tip of my tongue. Like,
he invented the rap. Come on.
I can visualize it.
He managed the Red Sox. Last name starts with V.
Oh yeah. Man, stupid in my face. Like it's like burned into my. Oh, what was his name?
Bobby Valentine.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bobby Valentine, 1999.
I hate it. It happens to me all the time. Like I'll know who it is and I can't get the name out.
Yeah.
Right.
That's love it. Yep, Bobby Valentine, 1999.
That was such a classic moment.
That's so good. All right. To easier identify players on TV, the owner of this team thought to put the players' names on the back of their uniforms. The rest of the sports world soon followed after, but what team started it? Well, except for
Not the.
What team started it? White Sox.
It is the White Sox. Good. 1959. Crazy.
The White Sox did something right back in 59.
George Plimpton. Okay. All right. George Plimpton of Sports Illustrated famously ran an article on April 1st, 1985 that read that the Mets signed a pitcher from Tibet that could throw 165 miles per hour. What was the name of the player he wrote the article about?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
This is a pretty famous article because it was an April Fool's joke.
Yep, and I'm trying to remember back.
They also said that he threw his curveball so hard that it could do a U-turn in midair. That was part of the legend. Yeah. But this is Sid Finch.
Oh, yep.
Sid Finch. Yeah, they said
I was never going to guess that because I really could not remember, but that article is epic.
It's so cool. I still go back and read it on every April 1st because it's hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't read it in a couple of years now, but somebody shared it on social media a while back, and I had to read it again.
So good. All right. Which Oakland A's hitter recorded the same 247 batting average in 4 straight years, achieving this in 2015, 16, 17, and 18?
Is this Chris Davis with a K?
It is Chris Davis with a K. Nice job, Harrison. What gave it away? The 247 average?
The 247 average, yeah. I'm like, the only guy I can think of that would be that consistent was the other Chris Davis.
In what was it? In 2014, he hit 243. He almost did it like 5 consecutive years.
Talk about being able to pencil a guy in. You know what you're going to get.
All right. Ooh, sorry. Sugar. On July 20th, 1969, the Giants manager was quoted about his pitcher's inability to hit. Jokingly, he said they'd put a man on the moon before he hits a home run. 20 minutes after Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon, this pitcher went deep. Who was it?
Marichal.
Nope. This guy bounced around a lot. He was on like Padres. He is a Hall of Famer.
Hmm.
$1969.
Yep. Giants, Indians, Rangers, Padres, Yankees, Braves, Mariners.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Work your way around the league, why don't you?
Yep. This is Gaylord Perry.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Gaylord
I hate
Perry.
those. And you're like, oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. In 1905, outfielder Jack McCarthy is the only player to ever do this 3 times in the same inning.
Strikeout.
No. That'd be crazy.
Hit a home run?
Nope. It is something defensively.
Oh. 3 times in the same inning.
3 errors?
Nope. That's a good guess.
That is a good guess. Is it 3 assists, 3 putouts?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. 3 assists, but all of them were runners trying to score.
Oh, 3. So 3 outfield assists at home?
Yes.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
So don't run on him.
Yeah.
Talk about inning and inning.
He's just sick of his pitchers giving up hits.
Well, not only that, but like how many times do you have to hose guys at the plate before the third base coach starts throwing a stop sign up?
Apparently
like,
more than 3.
How many times you got to get hosed before you stop?
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, man.
In 1968, the All-Star game finished with a 1-0 score where Willie Mays won the MVP. The thing about this game is there was an important stat that no one was credited for. What stat wasn't credited?
An RBI.
Yeah. So
nobody actually drove in the run.
Yeah, Willie Mays was on third with no outs in the bottom of the first. McCovey then hit into double play where the run scored, but no RBI is credited because of the double play ball. The NL won 1-0.
NL wins 1-0, and there's no RBIs in a 1-0 win.
Yeah, and Willie Mays got the MVP because he scored the run.
Right.
Yeah, not much to go on there.
No, so crazy.
That's amazing.
1957, the Dodgers were getting ready to move out west, and the Cubs were bad as usual. This was the biggest trade in terms of number of players known to this day. Who did they trade?
What year?
57.
Oh.
So the move out west is a pretty big clue in this, if you're going to get it.
I don't know.
They traded entire franchises, minor league franchises.
Really?
Yeah. They traded
and the rosters too?
Franchisers in the full 25-man rosters. Yep. So Brooklyn gave up the Fort Worth Club, which was a Texas league, and the Cubs gave up the Los Angeles Angels, which were in the Pacific Coast League.
Which the Angels should still be in the Pacific Coast League, right, Jay?
Well, hey, I just got to take a break.
Facts.
I got to take my dog out real quick. I'll be right back.
It's all good, dude. Yeah.
We'll be here.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts? They gave up both freaking.
Just traded 2 minor league franchises straight up, like rosters and all. We're going to call it all even. Just take it.
Yeah, absolutely nuts.
That's all crazy.
Right. When the Rockies were building Coors Field, they came across a 4-inch plant-eater dinosaur bone, which inspired what?
Is it a food item that they sell?
Nope.
Is it a section of the ballpark?
Nope.
Jurassic Park?
I mean, you're on the right track with that. It's something you see like walking around the stands, out on the field, entertainment-wise.
Oh, the mascot?
The mascot, yeah. Dinger, the Rockies mascot.
I was like, I was totally drawing a blank on the mascot.
Yep, Dinger.
I honestly, if you asked me who their mascot was, I couldn't have told you.
Yeah. Yep, Dinger.
That makes a lot of sense now because that mascot makes no sense otherwise.
Right.
We had that. Somebody got that in the chat. Nice job.
Oh, did they? Nice.
Yep.
That's all I had for trivia.
Nice.
But yeah, those are
random trivia is good.
Yeah, those ones were fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Enjoy some good trivia. All right. 2-0, top 3. Yankees continue to do absolutely nothing at the plate.
Yeah.
I'm getting a feeling like that's just how this is going to go. They're just not going to score.
And I mean, I think it's hard to live up to the hype, right? Like we had a week to build up to this World Series being like, this was going to be one of the best ones we've ever seen. 2 powerhouse organizations, 2 powerhouse teams, 2 50-plus homer guys. Like baseball has that way of just bringing it back and being like, yeah, well, that's not how it's going to work out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. I mean, the Yankees really have not shown any fight at all.
No, and it's. I mean, let's be serious.
We're with you here.
Oh yeah,
they gotta get something going, and this could do it, but they just can't even get runners on because their plate discipline is horrendous right now.
Well, and Sean was talking it too even about the Yankees pitchers. Like they're not pitching inside, they're not getting these guys off the plate. The Dodgers look very comfortable at the plate. The Yankees do not. There's a lot of things that I would do differently if I was Aaron Boone and how this game is, and how the series started, and how you've managed, how you've kind of instructed the guys. But at the end of the day, I mean, the Dodgers are a super team. Like we said that going into the season, like this is a team that should win it all for several years. Like you've got 3 MVPs at the top of the lineup. You've got a loaded rotation. Granted, half of them are hurt. You've got a bullpen that is more than serviceable, but you should be able to score enough runs where it doesn't matter. And like, you know, you can root against the Dodgers all you want, as we have, just at a general dislike for the Dodgers. But this team is so deep and so talented that it's going to be hard to beat them in a 7-game series. The one thing with baseball is 1 game, anything can happen.
Right.
7-game series, the best team usually wins.
Yep. And the Dodgers are only going to get deeper this offseason.
Well, look at all the guys that are coming back.
Yeah.
You're going to have Glasnow, Gonsolin, May, Kershaw. You've got like 7 or 8 starters that are all, that would be, at worst case, a 3-starter somewhere else.
Yeah.
Fighting for 5 spots.
And I would not be surprised if Corbin Burns ends out there. I'm calling it now.
The theory I heard, and actually I'm glad you're calling it now because I hope you're wrong, because that way when we bet on free agents this year, I can win this one. The rumor is he and Craig Counsell are very close, and he is likely to explore Chicago because he would because of the relationship with Counsell.
Interesting, huh?
So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Dodgers they're going to get some big name out there for sure.
We feel the same way, Leonardo. We are not Dodgers fans at all.
We're not Yankees fans either, to be honest.
Except for Craig. But Craig's all right. We let him hang out with us. We don't hold that against him. But we're definitely not Dodgers fans. However, it's hard to argue when you look at the lineup and all that this is by far the deepest, most talented team in baseball, and it's just not close. The only thing they've had going against them is a lot of those guys that are super talented are also super injury prone.
Right. This is not the team I wanted to match up against.
No.
I mean, the Padres had them on the ropes, and then the Padres just kind of lost all the momentum.
Padres looked like the Yankees did, or do now. They just started flailing and like, oh, well, we got this series in the bag. We can just kind of coast, and then the Dodgers took full advantage of that.
Yep. Otani's not right. He's still every movement he makes, he's got that arm up. I mean, I know he's trying to be careful, but
I can't imagine it feels very good.
No, I mean, that's not something you typically play with the day after. And he's actually looks like he's heading back in to see the trainers. Or go get warmed up.
Or get warmed up.
Because these LA guys are not used to cold weather.
Yeah, dude. His shoulder's messed, dude. How he can even hold it up to get his bat up there is crazy.
I know. That can't feel good.
Has he even swung yet?
Yeah, he just grounded out.
He just grounded out.
I mean, besides that one swing.
I think that was it. Maybe he fouled the ball off.
He did foul
earlier.
Yeah, early in that bat.
2 swings, and neither one of them were great. I mean, he's now, 1 for 11 in the series? Like, he hasn't really done anything in this series, and yet the Dodgers are still okay, which just shows you the depth, because Mookie has done some, but Freddie's been carrying you.
Yeah, I mean,
you're probably right, Richard. He's probably going in for
cortisone shot,
or for the trainers to kind of rub down the muscles and make sure everything's back in place. And I'm sure that they're working on him constantly.
Oof.
Yeah.
But kind of like they did with Freddie, like if you need to give the guy a break, you're up 2-0, like give him a night off.
Yeah.
You're not in a spot where you have to win. You've got some breathing room.
When you got a team on the ropes like this, you got to finish them off. You can't just rest guys.
No, I agree.
I agree,
but
too. Yeah.
If he goes up there and goes 0 for 4 flailing around, you would have been better off sitting him and giving somebody else the bat.
I mean, we're only down 2-0, but I'm talking like we're dead.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, the feeling has to be that way. I mean, this Yankees team has been a no-show. And for all the talk of 27 rings and the history and the pride of the franchise, and this has been really, really a sad showing to this point.
Man.
Wow. Rizzo thought he had that.
Yeah. Just carried a little bit further.
Yeah. I think he was convinced he was going to make that catch. It was probably 6 inches out of reach, but he made that really good catch with the ball going away from him, where he had to reach back up over his head and catch it going down the line.
Still one of the best ones was he was in Chicago and he climbed the brick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's caught more balls laying over a tarp either than Rizzo.
So crazy. Right.
Yeah. Well, we were live for it, Richard, and you should have heard us screaming. The way they managed the last couple innings, the whole Nestor Cortez call, the meatball to Freddie Freeman, it was bad. I called it coaching malpractice.
I just don't. I still don't. I can't wrap my head around that decision. I really can't. You don't do that to your pitchers in the regular season. Why would you think bottom of the ninth in the World Series is a good time to bring in a guy that hasn't pitched in a month?
I think Craig had an interesting point. He doesn't have the pedigree, the history, the experience, and maybe that was part of it. Maybe Boone's going to go to the guys he's comfortable with that have been there and have been there for him. And I don't know, but it's an interesting angle.
I just don't see why else you would do it other than that.
I mean, it's fair. Tim Hill hasn't hurt you guys this postseason. He's helped a lot. He's pitched well.
Yes. I think that just goes down to he was one of the guys, and for the injury, he was pretty lights out.
Yeah.
But when things are going your way, they're going your way.
Yeah, I think, you also said it too at the beginning of the show, Craig, was their lack of bullpen depth hurts them in that situation.
It does. Oh.
Yeah, when things are going your way, they really go your way. That's crazy.
Yeah, and there it is right there. Mookie gets it off the tape, and he drives in a run.
He got jammed so bad on that and just dumped it into right field for an RBI single.
Well, Soto looks like he's lost out there. It's like he lost the ball, too, the way he ran in on it.
Well, I think part of it was him trying to deke the runner so he wouldn't run.
Runner. Yeah.
I think he was trying to convince Edman he was going to catch it, so he didn't run, but Edman read that all the way.
Yeah. The TV glitched out there for a split second. Like I had a glitch in the download. It was that weird. He faked me out.
I mean, Soto's had a couple moments like foul balls that he gave up on early, but that I think was more him realizing I'm not catching this. Maybe I can trick the guy.
Or Freeman's going deep again right here.
I mean, if he does, then I think you can basically stick a fork. I don't see the Yankees coming up with 5 runs tonight.
No. Well,
and I hate we're in the top of the third, and I'm already like, my goodness, like this lead feels like insurmountable.
No.
It's only 3 runs. I mean, the Yankees have had plenty of 4, 5, 6 run innings. I just don't get the sense they've got that in them. And if they do, who's gonna do it? Like, who's gonna bring that? Oh, it's a sad stat.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman's outproduced the entire Yankees lineup in this series.
Well, no kidding. I can tell you that.
It's sad to see it in writing. They're gonna put up a graphic here for you in a second.
Oh,
it's
great.
Just sad to see it. My Lord.
Wow, you really are far ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really obnoxious.
Far.
Are you on satellite?
I'm literally on the Fox Sports website on my computer, just streaming it off the site.
Huh.
Yeah, I know. It shouldn't. I don't get it.
Much as I pay for cable and MLB,
right?
Season ticket and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already in the 7th inning. Where are you guys? Literally, I shouldn't have told you guys. I should have been telling you the pitches they're going to throw. Oh, he's totally going to throw a slider down the way in this count. I know it. Would look like a genius. I mean, walking Freddie there is smart. Don't hang something and not to him.
Are you guys just let him walk?
Did we what?
Did he get traded? I thought he got traded to LA. Or did he?
No, he signed a free agency deal.
Why did the Braves let him go? He was like Mr.
Oh,
Brave.
Freddie?
Yeah.
It was money. It was and he's got a connection to the West Coast too. Freddie, is he from the West Coast? Did he go to school on the West Coast?
I don't remember. Yeah, I think the Braves kind of lowballed him, didn't they?
Yeah, he's from California. He's from Villa Park, California. He grew up in Orange, California.
Oh.
So this was going home for him.
Gotcha. Makes sense. He was Mr. Brave, though.
No.
He was. Yeah, he grew up in Orange, which is just south of Anaheim and well south of LA. But he's a California guy, so for him it was a homecoming. Because I remember the fact that I'm pretty sure the Braves matched the money, but he still chose to walk.
I can't.
Yeah. We haven't fired Sean, but Craig's just on as a guest tonight. But
I mean, unless everybody thinks it's going really well, then maybe we need to. Maybe Craig's a permanent fixture now. Well, what's funny too about the Freddie Freeman deal is that Freddie signed in LA, and then the Braves immediately traded for Matt Olson, and then gave him basically the same deal they were offering Freddie.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Olson just only went in and hit 57 home runs that year too. Made him look genius.
Yeah, he looked great in his first season. He looked okay this year, but
yeah, it's pretty sad when he hits 30 home runs and he's saying, "Hey, he had a down year."
I know, isn't that wild?
Boone's looking nervous.
Yeah, he doesn't look comfortable. I think he says he realizes he's got no answers. You got nobody to turn to. Yeah, Matt Olson hit 247 with 29 home runs.
Yeah.
Drove in 98, and that was a down year. After 54 and 139 last year.
Yeah, I'm with you, John, on this one. A 10-year max deal extension, you let him walk. That was kind of like the Red Sox dealing with Mookie Betts too in that situation. It was just why are we letting a perennial homegrown MVP candidate just go. Like, I understand we traded, but like, why aren't you throwing everything you got at this guy to keep him in your organization? Like, another Mookie Betts isn't walking through the door anytime soon.
Yeah.
You're doing everything you can to keep him as a Red Sox for life, or, you know, pick your team. You're Freddie Freeman as a Braves for life. Like,
but
I
this
don't understand
ownership group was the one that gave Heimblum the mandate to move him. They were not going to give him what he wanted. They were not going to sign him to the deal he wanted.
Unreal.
What did Mookie get? Was it 12 years, 360?
Something like that. That sounds right. That sounds about right.
Yeah, 12 years, 365.
Oh, so you were off by $5 million.
Man. Maybe you need to fire me, Nick. I'm clearly no good.
He was talking about Sean. He was talking about Sean.
Dude, there's no 10-year max deal extensions for Sean.
Dude, we
had to cut ties and let him walk.
I'll do it. Correct.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, also makes sense for Mookie.
Oh my god. And I'll see you. I'm out.
Hey, if you ever want proof this is a live show, here it is.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
We're on the fly here.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, Sean's agent Scott Boras reached out with some ridiculous demands. We had to shut him down.
Yeah, we just can't afford the 10 cents a month we were paying him. Yeah, man. We're pulling from the farm system now. We're building within.
Yeah, we had to find a scrub to fill the spot for now.
Man, that's funny.
We're going to try that Moneyball approach, right, Nick?
Yeah. We'll check out the analytics after this show, compare it to Saturday's show, see which one gets more views. Scott Hatterberg's not walking through the door, though.
No, he's not.
Here comes Booney.
Yeah, Booney. That was a long, long walk.
I switched to the Fox Sport app. I had to. You being a minute and a half ahead of me was driving me nuts.
It feels like it's more and more every game. Like I'm further and further ahead.
Yeah. And I can sign in through YouTube TV, so it was perfect.
There you go. Now we're on the same timing here.
Yeah. Only figured it out with, a game and a half left of the season, but it's all good.
The fall off was fast. We had hopes, but the fall off was fast, so we had to adjust.
It's funny because he's the youngest one on the show too.
I know, but he fell off quick. Like the performance just fell off.
Yeah, it happens.
It was a good run.
just not worth what we're paying him.
Yeah, we traded him to a podcast we name later. We got back a bag of beef jerky and a 6-pack, which felt like a pretty good trade.
Very good trade.
Yeah.
We got to break up the Red Sox every once in a while, bring a Yankee on.
Yep.
We got to stay humble and stay grounded,
True. Yankee fans remind you of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We still got 04 we can hang our hat on. Who cares about your 27 rings?
I forgot all about that.
Well, the sad part is for there's an entire generation of Yankee fan born basically after 2000 that has only seen one win.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
I know. This is 27 rings and you've won one in the last 25 years?
No.
Two.
So
you lost in 01. So
yeah,
2000,
2009.
2009.
3 actually, because you count 99, 2000, and then.
Well, if you're going actual 25 years, 99, 2000.
Yeah, 99, 2000, and 09.
That's right. So next year, 25 years, we'll take 99 out of the mix. Now you've just got the 2.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's still wild to think about, though. 27 World Series championships. Like,
Well, 27 World Series championships, and 26 of them were 2000 and before. Like that's a lot. That's like one in 4 championships. Yankees?
One every 4 years. Like it's wild.
And they won them in bunches.
During that 2000 World Series, they broke it down like Fox. I remember Joe Buck talking like it was like one every 5 years.
It's nuts.
Oh, that's one guy I don't miss announcing in the postseason.
I didn't hate him.
Oh God. Okay, it was good having you on tonight. We'll catch you later.
Yeah, this is not democracy on the show, Craig. You got to learn that fast.
Listen, like I get.
You know Nick's getting into something when he goes, listen.
Yeah,
that's the sign.
Dude, Joe Buck lost it for me when first it was when I know it's not baseball, but I was listening to him announce a Colts game, and Naheem Hines was a rookie. And every single play, he goes, hand off to the rookie Hines, hand off to the rookie Hines. Oh, a dump in the flat to the rookie Hines. Yes, Joe, we get he's a rookie. Like, we get it. And then it was the Houston Astros series against the Nationals, and he said every half inning that Anthony Rendon was from Rice University. Like, yes, we get Rice is in Texas, like, but you don't have to tell us every half inning, bud. Like, we got it. We understand. We heard you.
I didn't like him for football. I did like him for baseball.
Ugh, barf.
He's got one of those voices that called so many moments. Like, it was just like comforting to hear it, but he was not a great like play-by-play guy.
No,
wasn't your fantasy team, Nick? Wasn't it Joe Buck yourself?
Yes, Joe Buck yourself was my fantasy team. Yeah.
And I guess maybe I just, growing up in the 90s or whatever, in all those Yankees World Series, it just kind of like just sticks. And maybe that's nostalgic towards them. But
yeah, we didn't get a chance to win any World Series in the 90s, so we didn't get that sense.
Right. No, I know. I remember.
Was that Ham Porter? That was Ham Porter they just showed. I'm pretty sure.
Wait, what?
In the crowd. Ham Porter was in the crowd.
See, you guys are way ahead of me now. That sucks.
Oh, we got out of that. That's huge.
Whew.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Little cue shot.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Yankees need to start by getting their first hit. That'd be a good way to start this thing.
Yeah.
You can't start a rally without a hit.
Nope.
But yeah, I think it was just the duo. Like, McCarver was really declining, like, hard down the stretch there. And it was like, my favorite iconic McCarver line was, like, the leaves change in New England, so does the score. And I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
All right. Who's worse, though? That or Chris Berman during a home run derby?
Chris Berman.
That one's some mobblehead. back, and gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Chris Berman I always thought was obnoxious.
He was like, he kind of made the home run derby a little bit entertaining, but he was absolutely too much.
Yeah. I don't know. Who's the one guy you can't stand announcing then? Do you have a guy that you're just like, I just absolutely can't listen?
John Sterling?
Yeah, I don't like Sterling.
Sterling is just hard to listen to.
He is.
It's an A-bomb from A-Rod.
I used to, I was talking with Josh Greenlaw the other day, and we were talking about, like, when I had Sirius Satellite when it first came out.
Oh, man.
It was like 2005, I think. I had the receiver in the warehouse we were working at, and we would listen to baseball games, like the day games. And, you'd get, like, especially early in the season, you'd get the Yankee games, and it was just brutal. I never liked Sterling.
And who was the woman that was with him? What was her name?
Oh, what was her name? Yeah, I can't remember her name. But
she was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so bad. I can't remember her name.
I think it was Susie something.
Yes, that sounds right.
She knew nothing about baseball.
Because Jeter was going to call her and she didn't answer the phone when Jeter announced retirement.
Was it Waldman?
Yes.
Susie Waldman?
That's the one.
Yeah.
She was awful. Oh, my Lord. All the money in that organization, they got those two Yahoos calling games.
one guy, I mean, we say it all the time, but love Don Orsillo and miss him.
Don and Jerry together were the best duo I've heard ever.
So good.
I still love the clip where like the guy threw the piece of pizza in the stands and the two of them just
lose it.
They lose it for like an inning. It was oh my god, it was so fun.
Well, here comes the pizza.
$20 wasted.
Yeah, that's a $15 slice of pizza that dude just hucked.
They did have their moments, but like if the Red Sox were blowing somebody out, God, was it brutal when they would go back and forth like a bunch of schoolgirls.
Oh yeah, they would like fill time. They could get a little ridiculous when they were trying to just fill the air.
Although the one that I could listen to every single night if I had the opportunity is John Smoltz. What that guy does in the booth in breaking down pitch by pitch is unreal. It's something I've never seen and heard before. Like he knows what's coming. Like he's wearing the earpiece for crying out loud. Like it's wild. Yeah, he knows what they're gonna do. When
you hear somebody who played the game and like just understands it like that, it is so fun to listen to what they have to say.
And able to relay it to like an average fan and have it make sense.
Yeah, he speaks English.
Yeah,
he's not over your head. That's like I loved Eckersley, but like he'd start throwing like all this lingo in, and you kind of like lose what the hell he was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd like to see A-Rod in the booth too. A-Rod's really got a lot of baseball knowledge. I think he could do what Smoltz does too.
Yeah, I think he could.
Yeah, I mean, Eduardo Perez has done some stuff for ESPN. I think he's pretty good. He's got a pretty good knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
A-Rod probably would be a good one. I love Poppy in the post game, but he's sometimes just so hard to understand when he gets like loud.
Yeah.
And the accent gets worse. Like he's sometimes just hard to understand.
Yeah.
He's one of those that I don't understand why he's in the post game.
Because he's loud and charismatic. That's it. He's there to add some color. Because Jeter's boring.
Right.
Love Jeter. I mean, there's no baseball player on the planet Earth, non-Red Sox, that I respect more than Jeter. But Jeter's boring. Super smart, but boring. And the rest of that group is kind of like, A-Rod's not always super energetic.
No.
It's like, I think he's just there to like add a punch of energy, but he doesn't really fit. It's just, it's sometimes weird watching the post game.
It's a unique group. Like,
yeah.
Like, I was watching the group on TBS with like Pedro and
Jimmy Rollins.
Yes, thank you. I was thinking of the guy from St. Yeah, they're really good together. That group is like NBA Tonight group, like Shaq and I can't think of the other guy there. That's Barkley.
Oh yeah.
Barkley. Those guys are really good together as a group.
Yeah.
We might see a no-hitter tonight. I mean, I'm not sure these Yankees have any idea what's going on.
Buehler is
friggin'
good.
dealing like the Walker Buehler I picked to win the Cy Young 2 years ago before he got hurt.
Well, he hasn't pitched in 2 years.
I know. I picked him to win it, and then he got hurt like a friggin' month later.
That's a nasty pitch.
Oh, it's gross. I mean, his two-seamer is running like crazy. His velocity's up. His location and command are really good. The off-speed stuff is good.
That pitch went in, like, breaking on his knees and then broke out.
Yeah, Verdugo walked away just shaking his head like, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah.
Foul it off my shin.
Yeah, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do any. If you make contact, you're going to put it right into the top of your foot. But like that's unhittable.
Corner all night long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unhittable. But yeah, this looks like vintage Walker Buehler, the guy that the Dodgers thought was the ace of the future.
So I heard him talking about, because he usually went from the windup, and he's been pitching from the stretch the whole postseason, because he said he didn't feel consistent with his windup, so he just started going from the stretch.
Yeah, they're working with him late in the season on just like the timing and flow, his mechanics, because he was out of sync.
Yeah.
And he started dabbling with pitching out of the stretch more often just to get centered and comfortable. And it's and he went to it full time in the playoffs, and he was like a completely different pitcher once he did.
Yeah.
Completely different guy.
All right. Soto has to do something here.
Soto needs to hit a 5-run home run. If anybody can do it, it's Soto.
Soto can do that.
Look at the numbers in the postseason: 341, 4 home runs, 9 RBI. It's just casually hitting like he always does.
We need a Soto shuffle, though.
Oh,
That'll wind him up. I'll throw him off his game.
yeah. No, it won't.
Wow.
Well, there we go. Kinda.
Boy, no hits through 3.
Oh, thanks for ruining it.
It's wild.
I figured you would have caught up by then, man.
No, like I literally just watched them ground out the first right now.
Jeez,
Yeah.
you are way behind us.
Yeah, I don't know why they're giving the Fox app so much like ahead of time.
Do you have like dial-up internet too? Like, what's going on there?
No, I got legit Comcast internet and Comcast cable.
Damn,
Yep.
that's like way behind.
Yeah. Comcast is really bringing it tonight, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Like the Yankees lineup.
yeah, exactly. They're showing up like the Yankees are. Nick and I were having fun earlier. I was sending some memes, some Aaron Judge memes around.
Oh yeah, there was some good ones I saw.
Crazy.
Some great ones, like the batting practice one with the guy just like flailing at everything,
Yes.
or the one of Aaron Judge in his stance with no bat in his hand.
Yep, there was that. There was one where it looked like they had Bugs Bunny pitching, and then he's like swinging, like
from the old cartoon.
Yep.
That's such a great one.
On the guy.
Yeah.
Who's the bat.
Oh man, that's so good. And now Judge's got to lead off the next inning, which is great.
Yep. So what do we think he does? Does he strike out? Does he actually make contact? What do
No.
we think?
He pops up to short.
All right, I'm going to give him a little credit. He gets a single.
Oh wow.
He hits it hard and it gets through.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not an Angels fan. I'm not. Just to let you know, I just have a collection of hats and I pick one every night. So I have a different hat on every single night. So I am not a fan of the Angels.
Do you have a Yankee?
I do actually, because I get a hat from every major league stadium that I visit and minor league stadium.
Yep.
So this summer I went for my 40th birthday. I went to Yankee Stadium, Citi Field, and Citizens Bank in Philly.
Oh, nice.
And 3 straight nights, and it was sick. So I saw Yankees and Mets.
Yep.
I got to see who was it? I saw Luis Hill against Severino.
Oh, that's a good matchup.
And then I saw who else did I see? I had it written at some point. Oh, I saw Sale against in New York. So I saw Braves and Mets.
That's a cool. Yeah.
And then I saw Guardians and Phillies in Philadelphia.
Nice.
So yeah, I saw 3 great games. But yeah, I'm halfway through my ballpark tour. So almost done. Hopefully, I want to go to KC and St. Louis this summer coming up.
Yep.
Get those 2 stadiums kind of knocked out. But yeah, you can see it behind me, sort of like this trophy case has a ball from every stadium that I've been to.
Oh, that's cool.
So hopefully filling that up.
Yep.
But yeah, West Coast is going to be a little tricky. They're a little bit more spread out. So I have been to Coors in Colorado. That park's incredible. Seattle's going to be obviously its own trip, but I can most likely get San Diego, Anaheim, LA kind of done in one trip. They're semi close. Arizona's by itself. I went to Texas this April, so I saw Rangers and A's there.
Cool.
So yeah, but don't know where Oakland's going to be by the time I'm ready to get that one knocked off. But
yeah, too bad you couldn't out the old Coliseum.
Yeah, there was no way I was getting out there before they decided to not play there anymore. But
right.
Now you can go see them in Sacramento, Vegas, Salt Lake. All the places they may visit on their tour.
They're just gonna follow Nick around wherever he goes on the West Coast.
Dude, I don't know where they're gonna end up. I mean, I know they're moving forward with the Vegas stuff, but I'm still not sold on it.
No, I don't like a baseball team in Vegas.
I mean, I don't mind it. If it works, it works. But I just feel like something's gonna happen and it's gonna fall through. That's just my kind of. I have nothing that proves that theory. I just feel like something's gonna happen and the deal's gonna fall through.
I feel like it's gonna be like the Marlins in reverse. So it's gonna be like they're gonna build a stadium in Vegas, and just nobody's gonna show up because Vegas there's so much to do that 162 games, going to a baseball game, 82 games a year. I don't know. There's just else to do in Vegas.
Right.
Like in theory, the Marlins should sell out every game. They got the huge Cuban population, the Hispanic population. You would think that stadium would sell out every game.
Right.
Dude, it's just nonstop. Freaking Kike
is wild.
I mean, this was supposed to be a competitive World Series. I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore.
Oh shit! All right,
dude, I'm lost for words.
I mean, I'm with you. I don't even know what to say.
I mean, we knew that the Dodgers offense was good, but we also expected the Yankees to hit a little bit too. And
I mean, the Yankees have not gotten the pitching, and the Dodgers have. There's a level of confidence from the Dodgers right now the Yankees just don't have.
Yeah.
Like they're just going up there. They're comfortable. They're executing. Not trying to do too much.
Wow.
Those two. I mean, you look at the Yankees. Every single one of them is like tense. I mean,
what the hell was that?
I mean, he's bunting right now. I mean, we're trying to.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. We'll find out in about 30 seconds. Okay. Well, at least we didn't throw the ball.
I think he got blocked.
Yeah, but you can block
it to the plate.
Yeah, and once you have the ball, you can block. You just can't. You have to give him a lane before, which he did.
Yeah, well, they're trying to. I think they're saying that they think his hand got underneath, but I don't think his hand ever makes it to the plate, does it? Hard to tell.
No,
you'll see it from this angle if it does.
Oh, I don't know. I think his hand's under there.
No, his shin guard's blocking it for sure. There's no way. Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's blocking the plate. That's what they're trying to challenge. And he's blocking he is blocking the plate, but he's got the ball, which you're allowed to with the ball. You can't block it before. Right. You can't in your setup, you can't be in the baseline at all.
No, there's a lane there.
Right. That's why I'm saying I think the call stands. I think he's out. Dude, that's the worst for a base runner to go. I've seen so many fingers break that way going in head first to home.
Head first in the home plate's such a bad idea. I don't think his hand ever makes it to the plate.
No, I think he drops the shin guard. Oh, for sure.
Yes. Yeah, he just drops the shin guard there. That's
textbook catching right there.
Yeah, that's exactly how you do it.
That's one thing that went right tonight, at least.
Well, for now, the call still hasn't come back from New York.
Yeah, we'll know how this call goes, how they're going to.
Oh, this is the angle right here.
Yeah, I don't think he gets through.
Oh, yeah, it's not enough to overturn, I don't think.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
I'm on the app and you're still ahead of me, Harrison.
Sorry.
Freaking dude. What the heck, man?
Yeah.
I thought you were with me, Nick.
I was. I'm only like 3 seconds behind you now, but
instead of like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 innings.
They just showed me that view from behind the mound and they zoomed in.
Yeah.
He's out.
Yeah.
Tommy Edman was the NLCS MVP in a 3-0 game and you're doing a safety squeeze. What? Why? Let the dude hit.
Well,
I mean, because if that ball rolls a little bit more up the first baseline, it's a run.
It is, but like this dude is the NLCS MVP. He's been hitting everything in sight. And you're going to take the bat out of his hand.
Yeah.
I just, that's another one of those calls like from Dave Roberts. You just go, what? Like I thought we were better than this, Dave. I thought we were beyond all this.
But
back to our old ways.
If he hits him in a double play, even if the run scores, now bases are empty for Otani.
Mm-hmm.
With a bunt, the least you have is the runner's thrown out at home. You got first and second like you have. Or even if you take the out at first, the run scores and you have a runner at second base with 1 out. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, not terrible call, but I'm with you. I would play the odds there. Tommy Edmonds hit like 850 this year.
I'm letting that dude hit.
Yeah. Might not like the matchup against Leiter there either, though. Maybe that was why.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a big analytics guy.
I like the small ball, though. We need more of it.
I do.
I agree.
Miss that aspect. I
love small ball.
See, you guys are gonna. Here we go with the DH thing again. But with a team having a DH, now you lose the small ball. You lose your bench. You lose You lose your bench. So situations bunting, pitchers moving the guys over. Pinch hitting. I don't know. I feel like some of the strategy's gone now.
Well, it is. It's get on base and try to hit a bomb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the interview Chipper Jones had done? I want to say it was sometime this year. And he was doing some stuff with the Braves as like an instructor and all that. Mm-hmm. He was at spring training, then he was kind of down through the minor leagues and working with some of the younger players. And they asked him about the style of baseball. Does he like this versus the old? And he's like, I might be old school, but I hate this style of baseball. He's like, he goes, I don't want to go out there and just hit 50 bombs. He goes, there was a day when hitting 30 home runs and driving in 120 guys was like, that was a good season.
Yeah.
Now these guys want to hit 50 home runs and drive in 90 or hit 50 home runs, drive in 90. He's like, it's not about how many runs you can score anymore, but it's just how many balls you can hit out of the yard. Yeah. He's like, and the play discipline is terrible. The at-bats are terrible. The approach is terrible.
Yeah. He's
like, but that's what these kids are taught now from basically high school on is if you don't hit bombs, you're not going to go anywhere.
Well, it started with like the Josh Donaldson on Major League MLB Network when he was talking about. He goes, "Listen, singles don't get you paid in this league.
Yeah,
doubles and homers do.
Yep,
doubles and homers get you paid." He's like, "So what do? I drop and drive." He's like, "First thing I do with my bat is I drop it so the bat's in the plane, stays in the hitting zone longer, which does make sense hitting wise. You want the barrel to be in the zone longer." But he's like, why would I just hit singles when doubles and homers get me paid? And
that's what it is.
Until you start valuing guys like Luis Ariz, who sits there and gets 2 hits a game and just slaps it in, and you're not giving him top of the line money.
No, the guy's
you're not going to see a change.
He's won 3 batting titles with 3 different teams in 3 different seasons because they just keep trading him around.
Right. Because they don't value it.
Yeah, they don't value what he does.
No. Oh, here's Nesta.
Until you know you need it.
Right.
See, I like him facing Otani here. I know that Otani's hurt and he's 2 for 13 in the series or postseason, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's how the bottom of the 9th came up. Like they brought in Cortez to face Otani because his numbers weren't good against Cortez.
Yeah, he's 2 for 13 against Cortez.
Right, but Boone didn't look past that, I feel. He just looked at that matchup. Yeah.
Yeah, Otani's 2 for 13 in his career against Cortez.
I mean, our whole rotation got kind of jacked. I mean, our bullpen rotation got jacked up when they moved Cole out in like the 5th or 6th. I can't remember what inning it was.
Yeah.
Wow, Otani just struck out on a really bad pitch.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. That's one thing with Otani. You got to pitch to him because he will expand the zone. He will chase. He's got like a 27% chase rate. You get him in a spot where he's down, he will chase and expand the zone.
Yeah.
But if you nibble and fall behind, he will absolutely eat you alive.
He looks hurt.
He does.
Oh, for sure.
He's wincing after some of these swings.
He's struggling. Yeah.
I mean, but this, he's won, what is it now? 1 for 13, 1 for 14 in the World Series. Like, he hasn't done anything anyways, and it hasn't mattered. Because everybody else is.
Right.
Oof. I mean, even if he hits that low one that they're showing the replay on, he just that one out.
Yeah, he's not doing anything with it.
Dang.
Oh, at least it's at somebody.
Yeah, hit it right at Verdugo. You think does Verdugo return to the Yankees, or do they let him walk?
I think they let him walk. You got what? You got Dominguez. You got some young guys that could come up and fill that hole. I think you let him go.
I mean, you still have Jazz. I think Jazz is locked up for another couple of years.
Yeah, what is Jazz's contract situation? I mean, I feel like Verdugo didn't have like a great season.
He had an Alex Verdugo season. I mean, that's just that's the player he is.
Let's see. Okay, so he's arbitration eligible for 2 more years.
Okay.
Who is Jazz?
Jazz is.
God dang. It feels like he's been in the league longer than that.
Well, he's not a free agent until 2027.
Yeah, they played the game to mess with his
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's making $749.5 this year.
Yeah. He'll probably make 10 or 12 in arbitration.
Yeah, they're predicting he'll make 7 as of right now, but that's
right.
Arbitration, who knows how that goes. Yeah, they're predicting he'll be close to 7, 6.7 to 7. Then 1 more year of arbitration, and then he's a free agent in 27 for his age 29 year. He's only been in the league 4 years, Nick. I feel like it's been longer than that too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, God, it feels like he's been around forever. Man. All right, let's see.
His career numbers. So this is his 5th season.
Okay.
What's his service time? Is it right there at the top?
It's just over 4 years. This is his 5th season. Yeah. But like 2020 was technically his 1st season.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, so I don't think he accrued any service time. Oh boy. Nope.
Did 2020 count for service time, or was that?
It did, but it was like heavily prorated, so he probably got like next to nothing. He only played 20 games in 2020, so he probably got like no credit for that.
Gotcha.
They would have to give them a full year of service time, right?
I think it was heavily prorated. I don't think they got much.
Really?
Then he played 124 games in 21 for the Marlins. 16,
here we
20.
go. Oh, right in and out.
Yeah, end of the bat.
Ah.
I was the closest without going over. I said pop up to short.
Yep.
Yes, you were. You won the Price is Right. That looked like a softball coming in.
Hey, the Yankees have a hit.
Yay.
Attaboy, Stanton.
Give me 30 seconds so I can watch it.
Yeah, sorry. I'll let you catch up.
Yeah, in 2020, Major League Baseball granted a year of service time regardless of how many games were played.
Oh, see, I thought they prorated it backwards and given less. Okay.
But some players can still have their service time manipulated. I don't know exactly what that means.
Yeah, because they're giving him just over 4 years of service time.
That's probably where that comes from, then.
It's got to be. There's got to be something in how they set it up that year or the year after where he didn't get enough credit. But either way, I mean, here's where we're at.
That's a sweet double.
I'm already 2 pitches and a Jazz's at bat.
The short season meant a rookie could play more than half of the team's games, but as long as he did not exceed 50 innings or 130 at bats, he'd still be eligible for Rookie of the Year award in 2021.
So is that how Rosarina did it? He was Rookie of the Year for like 3 years, or was eligible for like 3 years?
It had to have been.
Yeah.
Mookie's pretty good last time I checked.
Yeah, he's all right.
I didn't realize Jazz was from the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah. I knew that.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's got an interesting life.
The year that he was on the cover of the show, they talked a lot about his life and stuff. His grandmother was on the Bahamas national softball team. Like, he was legit.
Oh, no kidding.
I do remember that, yeah.
That's cool.
She would, like, throw with him.
That's awesome.
I mean, that makes sense.
I like Jazz. I was ecstatic when they went out and got him. He was like my favorite Marlin because
who else?
There's so many to choose from.
Team? Yeah.
I've just not been a big fan of Jazz. He's loud, he's brash, his performance doesn't back up the talk. But he's colorful, like he's exciting, so I get the allure, but I find him obnoxious. If he was out there putting up numbers, I'd say, yeah, you can talk. But the guy hasn't done diddly and he wants to talk. That's all he does. It's it's like that whole Rays team. All they want to do is talk. You don't do anything but you talk.
Right. I mean, I can see that.
I think Jazz is one of those guys that, like, when he's on your team, you probably love him. When he's not, you probably just find him annoying.
Yeah. Like Brad Marchand for the Bruins.
He's the example everybody comes back with.
Yeah.
On your team, you love him. Not on your team, you hate him.
I would hate Brad Marchand if he wasn't a Bruin.
Oh, 1,000,000,000%. Oh, if only Stanton could run.
Oh.
Terrible slide, too. My Lord.
Oh no.
You can see it coming, can't you?
Oh God. Who sent him?
I feel like you have to send him. Like, I mean, Teoscar had to make a great throw, and he did. But, like, the slide from Stanton, like, just straight at him, I mean...
He's probably hurt till fucking July next year now.
It's like wave him home, Wendell Kim over there at third base from the Red Sox days, man.
If only Stanton could run, it would be a 3-1 game.
Yeah.
Dude, it hurts me to watch that dude run.
Like Ortiz at the end of his career.
Painful.
It wasn't a run, it was like a waddle.
Yeah.
All right, another trivia question for you boys. Ready?
Oh, God, here we go.
So the Yankees obviously have the most World Series championships. Right. Which team has lost the most World Series?
Has to be them too, right? Because they've been there like 40 times.
No.
Would that be the Cardinals?
No, that's not a bad guess, but it's not the Cardinals.
Got to be somebody that's been around for a long time.
Yeah. The Reds.
No. They can't even get there.
The Dodgers, maybe?
It is the Dodgers. Yeah, 14 they've lost.
Oh. Yeah, because they lost a few to New York.
Yeah. Back when they were the Brooklyn Dodgers, they lost a few.
Yikes. Well, they've been there. This is their fourth trip since 4th trip in 9 years with Dave Roberts. They're 1-2 in them.
Right.
Looks like they're going to be 2-2 in them. I mean, as a New England Patriots fan, I love Brady, but I'm tired of the Fox commercials about him being an announcer now. I
mean, it's fine. He only announces the Cowboys games anyways at this point, so.
Well, they're moving him up to the big-time broadcast.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, that's what that commercial is supposed to represent, that he's supposed to be on the prime broadcast, like their primetime game.
Whatever. Is he any good? Like I haven't watched. I really don't watch any football.
He's all right. He's not like Romo, when like Romo breaks down things and like predicts.
Yeah, Romo's good.
Brady's like a little bit of Romo, but kind of just more out down, kind of like Jeter in a way. Like we'll talk a little bit, get his point across, and kind of be like professional.
Yeah. You know, I've had a lot of fun watching like this Bill Belichick, like the commercials he's done.
Yes.
You know, being on Pat McAfee's show, like it's fun to see the personality that he actually has.
Yes. Where he's not like so serious all the time. And
yep.
Do
you know the story of the hoodie? Why he wore the hoodie?
No, I don't.
So he had wanted to wear the suit on the sideline, like all the coaches that he had idolized.
Right.
And the NFL had changed the rule requiring the coaches to wear a piece of team apparel.
Okay.
So Belichick goes, no, I want to wear the suit. Like I'll wear a tie that's got the logo on it. Like, no, it's got to be team official apparel. He was like, well, fine. If I can't wear what I want, I'm going to wear the worst representation of what you want me to wear. That's why he wore the hoodie.
Huh.
That's why he wore the tattered, ragged hoodie. It was just his way of telling the NFL, I'm doing what you asked in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to go full suit like his idols.
Yeah. Which you would think that the NFL would like make like a tie or something that would be like.
I know. Like, yeah, give the guy like a vest or a pocket square or a tie like he could wear with the ensemble, but nope, it's got to be team official apparel.
Well, like, yeah. I don't know.
So that was Belichick's way of thumbing his nose at their rules.
I wonder what the fine would have been.
It was a lot. Like it was every game. It was a pretty sizable fine, and then it escalated.
Yeah, like most things in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, think of these guys that like wear the cleats that don't comply, or the different socks. Right. Like they get fined so much per game, then they get fined more the second game and third, and
right.
I mean, really, Belichick probably should have just paid it and done what he wanted, but he would rather just like stick his nose at them.
He's always.
Wow.
Man, they keep showing it. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah. Stanton was definitely out.
Yeah. There's no going to the booth. There's no putting the headset on for that.
No. Well, that's why, like, as soon as he turned third, that's why I made the comment of if only he could run, because like you could see him getting thrown out. Like you knew it was coming. The dude he can't move.
A pass ball or something that he hesitated on. That was a double play.
Yep.
All right. You ready for the next question?
Yep. Shoot.
There's 3 players that have the most home runs in a single World Series. Who are they? It's with 5 home runs in a single World Series.
Freddie? Ooh.
Nope, not yet.
No, got that through the whole uses in. Poppy?
Nope.
Mookie?
Nope.
Altuve?
Nope.
Is it our generation?
Two of them are. One of them was before.
Schwarber.
And
Joe Carter.
No. Nope.
Wasn't Joe Carter.
He was on the Astros when he did it. Phillies and Yankees.
Harper?
No, not Harper.
Tuve?
Nope.
Reddick?
Nope. It said he was. Yeah, was on the Astros. He's still currently playing for an AL East team. Center fielder.
Springer.
Yep. Springer.
Oh, yeah.
2017.
I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
I did. So then obviously the Yankee is who? I mean, his name is this. His nickname is this.
Mr. October, it's Jackson.
Yes. Yeah. In 77.
Okay.
And then Phillies.
Not Harper.
2009.
Howard?
Nope.
Rollins?
Nope.
Utley.
Yeah.
Say, because I remember Utley had a massive series for them.
Yeah. So Springer, Utley, and Jackson with 5 home runs in the World Series.
That series stuff. In 09. But maybe you did.
Yeah.
So you guys won. You don't care.
Right.
Utley could have hit 12 home runs. If we still won, I don't care.
It's true.
Could you take a stab at how many walks Barry Bonds had in the World Series in 2002?
That was a 7-game series, right?
It was either 6 or 7. I can't remember. But it was the Angels and Giants World Series.
24 plate appearances. He must have had, 15?
You're really close.
Am I?
13 walks.
That's a lot of walks.
That's so many wild. 13 walks, 16 were intentional.
Yeah, right. It's unreal. Unreal how much he got walked.
Yeah, I missed Scully. They just showed that picture of him in the booth. I miss his stories.
Who?
Did you say Scully?
Yeah, Scully.
Yeah.
Scully, yeah.
He was that dude is a baseball gem.
He was.
I haven't checked, but I got to see if Alexa's got like Vin Scully stories that I could go to sleep to, because I'd listen to those every night before I went to bed.
That's our Nick. He's listening to a grown man talk to him to go to sleep at night.
Listen, I don't have anybody to read me a bedtime story anymore. So
I mean, if you called, I'd read you one.
Oh, okay.
I listen to a few. I'll sleep sometimes.
Do you call Nick and have him read to you?
No, I don't.
Yeah. You don't want me reading. Reading's hard.
Words are hard.
Birds. There's like some letters.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Who's playing Monday Night Football tonight?
Oh, there's a Monday Night Football game tonight?
I don't know. Probably nobody.
Oh, it's the Giants and Steelers. What a snooze fest.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm watching this instead.
9-9 in the third quarter. Just a field goal. It's a field goal clinic right now.
Barf.
Yeah. Is there like
such trash this year? It's so bad. Everybody who's any good is hurt.
Yeah.
I lost interest in football years ago. I just couldn't watch it anymore. It was the same stuff every weekend. Injuries galore.
Fantasy starting to ruin it for me. Fantasy football. I'm in a really competitive fantasy football league, and it's really starting to lose my because it's.
Oh.
I'm trapped. I'm angry.
Yep.
The only reason I even follow football is because of fantasy. If I was in a fantasy league, I'm in a fantasy league with the same guys I was in the league with back in college. We still do it. And if it wasn't for the league, I wouldn't pay any attention to football at all because I just don't care. And I can't watch it. Like it's so bad. The quality of the game is so bad.
It's not the same as like tackling is really weak until the playoffs, and then they kind of start to let them play. We were up, but
guys either can't tackle or they just try to kill people.
Yeah.
I can't watch it. It doesn't hold my attention. And of course, people are going to be like, "But you watch baseball?" Well, yes, because it's a better game. God damn it, Mookie! All right, well,
I think baseball would be good to lower it to 150, back down.
You think so? To go to 154?
154, something along those lines.
Yeah, because you cut like what, a week and a half off the season, so now you're ending later in September, or you're getting more time off, one or the other.
I mean, like the 26th of March.
Yeah, roughly. They'll never do it.
And then like the baseball completely fumbled it because they were going up against the WNBA. I mean the NCAA tournament on ESPN, which was like, I don't know. Growing up as a kid, every game was on ESPN. It felt like all the big teams, just everywhere. I don't like it. I mean, that it should be that Monday start. It should be a start on Monday. That way, in March, if we're going to do it, that way we get all the primetime games and.
Opening day was an event. Like it was a big deal. It was on, you're right. It was on ESPN all day. You had your local games.
Yeah.
There's so much baseball to watch. Great matchups. Like you weren't getting like friggin', the White Sox versus the friggin' Marlins to kick off the season. Like you were getting good matchups. Like the World Series from the prior year, like they'd always seem to kick off the season.
Yeah.
Or at least one of them would. Like it was an event, and now it's just like, hey, here's a bunch of games, and they're on like Apple Plus and other nonsense nobody can watch.
Yeah. Speaking of bad broadcast, dude, I cannot watch Apple Plus.
That's hard
for baseball. It is really bad.
I'll be right back.
Not because Costas is there. It's just they throw too much bets at.
Yeah. I didn't even watch a single one this year, but last year it was really bad. It was like Hunter Pence and some chick, and she had no idea what was happening. And it was just bad coverage. Couldn't stand it.
I watched the Yankees game. They had Costas. It was okay, but there was a lot of analytics that they would post up constant.
Costas wasn't good in this postseason. What did he have? He had the wild card or the division round?
Yeah, he had he had the wild card and the divisional round.
He was struggling.
We had a lot. So it was like Cleveland, and they were completely riding Cleveland. Both announced. If I watch a national game, I want my announcers to be neutral.
Right. Yeah. That's what I think Davis has actually done a really good job about in this World Series. Like he's the Dodgers play-by-play guy.
Right.
And they have him on the national broadcast.
Wait, who is?
Davis. Joe Davis.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And I think he's done a really good job at being pretty neutral.
Yeah.
During the series. Like, I mean, again, this is me not really having a dog in the fight, but I feel like he's been neutral for both teams.
Well, it's easy when your team is winning.
True.
Well, also but I think he gets excited too when like there's a big play that the Yankees do. Like he's not like, oh, there's a double down the line by Stanton, or like base hit up the middle by Max Muncy. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's been pretty even on both sides of the ball.
And these guys that are pros are used to doing that with, the visiting teams on their own broadcast. Like they know how to get the audience's attention.
Yeah. But
I mean, plus box.
So are they going to take Bueller out?
Yeah,
I think that's actually helping. Yeah, bring Gratterall and throwing 1,000,000 miles an hour.
With disgusting movement.
So you guys are so far ahead of me. I just watched Volpe make the diving catch.
That's nuts.
See, I don't think that you should take him out now.
Yeah, it's only given up 2 hits, but he's at 85-ish.
76 pitches.
76.
76.
Yeah, I see. I don't like this now. You want your starters to go 7. The goal should be 7. Then if your starter can't go 7, then it's a problem. But I don't like how they're just pulling them now. 6, 7, 8, 9 now. It's like, hey, if your starter goes 5 innings, hey, quality start. We're good. All right.
I mean, to give Dave Roberts credit, he already sent him out an inning longer than he usually does.
No, I know.
I know.
I don't like it.
I don't either. Like,
I'm with you.
We posed this question on our show a couple weeks ago. Was our bullpen games really that effective anymore?
I mean,
like,
yes. I mean, we just watched 2 games of the bullpen.
Right, but you're also one guy away from going out and laying an egg and costing you costing you the game. Like, is it more of a risk to let your starter go for 6 innings than to just burn all your bullpen arms? And then you're at risk of having to run all those guys out again the next day.
I think it comes down to managers nowadays with the analytics. They just get so worried about facing the lineup for the 3rd time when it rotates around.
Yeah. Well, the average does climb quite considerably at this point.
Yeah, but you got a 3-run lead going into the into this bottom into the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah.
Ooh, and there, good. That all smart. I don't know. Fresh out of jail, Craig Carlton.
He must be a Yankees fan then.
Poor guy's wearing a Jets hat too. I mean, geez.
He's having a
somebody should check on him. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
This series, I hate to say,
this is a 4-gamer,
is over. No chance.
I don't know. Yeah, how this goes.
Dude, I'm gonna.
Jeez, man, he's having a rough day getting smacked around at the plate.
Right?
He'll hold the ice of that new World Series ring against his face to take care of the swelling.
I mean, I never would have thought it would have just been an absolute shellacking like this.
No. This is brutal.
And you just have this feeling like you can see it on the Yankees players, they're grinding, they're not feeling it. They know this is the wheels are coming off the bus.
This is like August all over again.
Oh yeah.
Also, remember the Red Sox got their asses kicked in Game 3 of the 04 ALCS 19-8, and came back and swept the series. But
yeah, this Yankees team ain't that.
No, they don't have the same fight and the grit that team had. I will, as a Yankees fan, I will give you credit that 04 Red Sox team had some fight in them, some grit, and some tough that I just don't see it in the Yankees.
Yeah, it was also the ultimate payback for what the Yankees did to the Red Sox in 03 too. Because that one, 03 freaking hurt. That one was so painful. So painful.
Do you think you think though, like if they were able to sign A-Rod and A-Rod was able to take, like the union allowed A-Rod to take his pay cut in the plane and he signs with Boston?
So
result.
So I, like I said, I just finished watching the documentary on Netflix, and they actually spend a little bit of time on the A-Rod trade that they offered.
Okay.
And it wasn't so much a pay cut that they were offering Rodriguez, it was how Theo structured the contract.
Because he was deferring it, right? Wasn't that the deal?
He was moving a whole bunch of stuff around and like structured it in a way. And then that's when the union was like, "Oh, no, you can't do that." But so then that's when the Yankees ultimately were just like, "Well, okay, we'll just get you what you want."
Right.
But
that was
that's also fair.
That 04 team was good.
It was.
Yeah, top to bottom. But I just know Game 7 of 04, after Johnny Damon hit the second home run, I was still on pins and needles. I know it's 10-1, but I'm still not. I don't like this lead. Like, give me more.
Yeah,
please. But yeah, the union didn't like how Theo structured the contract, and that's ultimately why they shut the trade down.
Yep.
Because A-Rod was all for it.
Because nothing Theo was doing was not allowed. The union didn't like the precedent that it set that you can get traded and have to totally restructure your deal.
But the World Series winning move that Theo made was getting rid of Nomar.
Oh, I agree. I mean, Nomar sealed his fate when Peter shoved his face into the stands.
Don't get me started on that. That's another one that's don't get me started on that. But
well, because what he got for Nomar was he got the stability and the flexibility that they needed with Cabrera and Mankiewicz.
And then
the package.
Yeah. But I didn't realize how much Nomar was affecting that locker room at the beginning of the year with all the A-Rod talks. Like Nomar thought that A-Rod was there to take his place when in fact he probably would have done the same thing that he did for Jeter.
Yeah, he would have slid over.
He would have slid over and played third.
It would have been Bill Miller that was impacted.
Right. But Nomar got all bent out of shape because of it, and then it affected everybody else on the team, and the team felt that. And then that's Theo, pulled the trigger at the deadline, and the rest is history, as they say. But still crazy. But Kevin Millar was a key cog in that whole entire team, though. His personality and everything just resonated with everyone. Because even Manny was on the outs during that 03-04 offseason, too, if you remember right.
Mm-hmm. Was that beat the crap out of the traveling secretary?
might have been. No, I think it was after that, because then that's when they shipped him to LA, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Manny's time was starting to come to an end. And he didn't like the fact that Ortiz was starting to overshadow him. And there was a lot of stuff going on with that team. I haven't watched this documentary yet. I can't wait to watch it because, as much as we thought we knew about the 04 Red Sox, I'm sure there's a lot more to learn.
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen, what is it, the 4 Days in October documentary?
Yeah, all those.
There's a lot of stuff that I've seen like that. But it was a little bit more detailed in places because like I said, like I knew roughly about what happened with the A-Rod deal, but didn't know all the details of it. But
yeah, because Nomar talked openly about the fact like he felt like that he was betrayed by the organization, and he did not come into the season or did not handle it well during the season. He did not come into the ballpark in a good mood, and it was weighing on the team and it was weighing on him. And
because he heard about it on TV first.
Right. They didn't even tell him they were looking at it. And that's why he felt like they'd kind of stabbed him in the back.
Yeah.
Because he was the face of the franchise for a number of years. And then to read about your potential departure as he read it, or basically, demotion, to hear about it or read about it is probably not good.
No, but I mean, it was easily one of the best moves that he's ever made, period, because Nomar goes on to Chicago, tears his groin right off his hip bone, and can't stay on the field for the rest of his career. So
he was never the same.
No. Well, he had got the curse of the Sports Illustrated cover.
Yeah, I remember that cover with the shirt off, and
you can't. I don't. Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. I think he was juicing too.
Everybody was. I mean, everybody was.
If that we're going to be shocked at like the names that are actually truly on it. I really believe it.
He was massive on that cover.
And he got big fast.
Massive. Yeah.
He was such a scrawny guy. Then all of a sudden he showed up on year and he's just huge.
Yeah.
I think they all were.
Oh, for sure.
I think like you're going to see some names on there that like shock you. Yeah, we know about the A-Rods, the Ortizes, and all that stuff. I think we see Jeter on there. I think we see a lot of names that would have shocked us back then.
Is there another list coming out?
No, but I mean, they still have that sealed list from back like when they were with the union.
Yeah, they didn't release the whole Mitchell report. They kept parts of it.
I thought they did.
There's still 160 players on that list that have never been, or something along those lines.
Yeah, there's more information they have that they weren't releasing. I think there's some stuff they couldn't quite corroborate, so they just left it. They left it out. But Mitchell delivered them a report, I believe, that had substantially more information than I ever got released in the final report. So my guess is they pulled stuff out that either couldn't be fully corroborated or they didn't want to share. Because I bet there are probably some major headliners on there that.
Dude, Marvin Bernard. That's a name I haven't heard in forever.
Who?
Marvin Bernard.
Oh, God.
Bonds. Bobby Estella. Yeah. Both Giambis, obviously.
Duh.
But Benito Santiago.
Yeah.
Sheffield.
Benito.
Randy Velarde. Larry Bigby. Kevin Brown.
Well, then you got the other guys like Andy Pettit that weren't doing roids. They were doing HGH to recover.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's a whole nother group. That there's probably more. There's probably tons of guys using HGH to recover from injuries or fatigue.
Yeah. Yeah. Dykstra.
Dykstra took everything available.
Eric Gagne used HGH.
Yep.
Jason Grimsley, Jerry Harrison Jr., Glenn Allen Hill, Todd Hundley, David
Glenn
Justice,
Allen Hill hit big boy home runs.
Chuck Knobloch, Mike Lansing, Paula Duca, Kent Merker, Hal Morris, Denny Nagel, Pettit, Todd Pratt. That's another name I haven't heard in forever.
Yeah.
Brian Roberts, David Segui, Mike Stanton, Miguel Tejada, Mo Vaughn, Fernando Vina, Rondell White, Greg Zaum. So there's others that are like, and then there's others mentioned to a connection to a pharmacy. And Keel, Paul Bird, Jose Canseco, Jay
Paul
Gibbons.
Bird. Such a weird wind-up.
Yeah. Troy Gloss, Grimsley, Jason Grimsley, Jose Guillen, Gary Matthews Jr., John Rocker, of course.
Duh.
Scott Schoenweiss, Matt Williams. Damn. Identified through direct interview, Wally Joyner.
Huh.
He took it 3 times and decided he made a mistake and discarded the rest of the pills.
Yeah.
After that.
I bet a lot of guys did that. They're like, oh no, I don't actually want to do this.
Juan Gonzalez is a pretty big one. Identified through other means. It's a pretty detailed box.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's tons more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's according to Wikipedia. So there's definitely others that are.
Because when it came down to arbitration and when they were doing the deal again, they were talking about how they wanted to implement drug testing, and then they were like, the certain percentage of MLB players, if they test positive, then we'll implement it. And I remember ESPN when they announced it, and it was like a horrifying number.
Yeah.
Like 196 total players or something.
Oh, Gratterall's coming out. Oh, Chisholm's up, and you got Vesey already, so there's your matchup.
Yeah.
Well, at least Judge put the ball in play before this.
He did. Didn't really hit it hard, but he did.
Not well, but he did put it in play.
Yeah. He made contact. That's a win.
That is a win at this point in time. Back to Little League. Yeah, the boy, you put it in play. I mean, the throw almost pulled the shortstop off the bag. So,
yeah, the whole I don't know. The whole Bud Selig being in the Hall of Fame to me is an absolute joke, though.
it is.
Like, you have all those guys on the Mitchell Report. They say that he saved baseball and all of that junk, and then he gets celebrated for that era of baseball. Like, get out of here with that. That's, to me, why I think the Hall of Fame is the biggest joke ever.
It is.
It is.
I mean, there's other reasons why, but that one is that's the reason why I think it's a joke. You have Bud Selig in there because he saved the game, which he did, but he did because he turned an eye and knew that all these guys were juicing and the offensive numbers were up. Everybody came back to the ballpark after the strike because the strike in '94, baseball was dying. It was.
Yeah, it was not in a good place.
No,
the summer of '98 saved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that he didn't know those guys were juicing? Come on.
Well, not only, but you base the sport on a sport that somebody could tell that a pitcher is lowering his pitch angle because he's higher by like a half an inch. That you can't tell these guys are on something, and
Yeah. I just hate that they put him in the Hall of Fame for that. It's absolutely stupid.
And it's not just him. I mean, it's everybody involved. It's the owners. It's the GMs. It's the managers. Everybody knows. Everybody knew. Yeah. Scouts.
Yeah.
It's almost as I look at it not so much as like cheating because everybody did it, but it just doesn't.
Well,
and I think that if you're gonna look at that era, like we're kids, I think you gotta let everybody in. I think you gotta let the ball. I think you gotta let the Clemens is in. You gotta let everybody in because you really don't know except for a few players who truly did it. Just call the whole era what a stat. Take the stats and just go.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that was like Roger Clemens. I misremember.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, all this crazy stuff.
I mean, yeah, and my argument a couple weeks ago was like, you have in your sports Hall of Fame, you don't have the guy that hit the most career home runs. You don't have the guy that had recorded the most Cy Young awards.
Correct.
You don't have the guy that has the most career hits. Those three guys are not in your sports Hall of Fame. That's like taking Wayne Gretzky out of the NHL Hall of Fame. It's taking Michael Jordan out of the Basketball Hall of Fame. Like it's unreal to me. But I mean, Tony Gwynn got into 400 in '94.
Yeah,
I know that stinks.
Where did he end up finishing with that year? 94. Yeah, he was at 394, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the strike happened, what was it, beginning of August?
It was like
yes.
Last day of July, I think it was.
Yeah, it was right. It was not far after the All-Star game.
Because I remember it was the Sea Dogs first season, and then they were supposed to be on because ESPN was shoving minor league games on there to fill the baseball. And the Sea Dogs got But I actually had tickets for that game. I was so excited to be on ESPN, and it got rained out. Oh, come on.
So it started. The last games of that year were played on August 11th.
Okay.
And it was because the owners were withholding pension money. But,
oh.
Yeah.
Because the CBA wasn't up until like the end of that next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
They were trying to get free agency after 4 years instead of 6, too.
Yeah, they'll never allow that.
Mm-mm.
Nope. I mean, what is it? What did they lower it to 5 now?
No, it's still at 6.
Yeah, it's still 6. You've got the 3 arbitration years.
Okay.
Yeah, it said the CBA was good through the end of the year, but in June the owners withheld a $7.8 million plan or payment owed to the players' pension plan. That provoked a vote in July by the MLBPA that authorized the strike starting on August 12th. Last games of the year were played on August 11th.
Wow.
$7.8 million they're fighting over at that point, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like now it's just like Soto's like, I'll just take my game check and give it to you guys. Crazy. Yeah, John, 394. Yeah. Wild, man. Yeah, I going to 400 at that point. Absolutely.
Yeah, wild.
They screwed him. I mean, the Expos were probably going to win the World Series that year. Or
Yep.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been awesome?
That team was so good that year.
A young Pedro.
John Wetland was in their bullpen, man.
Oh, that's right. I don't even really remember Pedro.
Yeah. Their starters in the infield were Sean Barry, Will Cordero, Cliff Floyd, Mike Lansing. They had Moises Alou, Marquise Grissom, and Larry Walker.
Oh, yeah.
On the bench, Rondell White.
Yep.
Lou Frazier. Their catcher was Darren Fletcher. Ken Hill was in their starting rotation. He was good, too.
Yep.
Dang. Yeah, Expos were 74-40. They were up by 6 games in the East Division.
Jeez.
The Yankees were up by 6.5, but they only had 70 wins.
Right.
Dang.
Otani does not. He doesn't look good.
No, he is. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. He can't even. He's swinging one-handed for sure.
Yep.
It looks painful.
Well, and in reality, like I said, like he hasn't done anything in the World Series to this point yet either. Like anyway, so it's you're not really losing anything because thankfully everybody else is playing well, but you're almost better off to sit him and let somebody who's healthy get some swings.
You can't sit the best player in the league.
I know, but if he's going to go up there and just flail and go for 4 and do nothing, like, I mean, you don't have to worry about it because you're up 4-0 in the 7th, and the Yankees couldn't can't score on a little league team, but at some point you got to be like, all right, like we got to figure something out.
All right, not including Ted Williams in this list. Can you name the top 10 highest batting averages since 1941?
Oh boy.
Or at least players that could have done it.
Well, you've got Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, 394 and 94, and he was on it twice. He was also number 7 and 97 with the 372.
Yeah. Todd Helton's on there somewhere.
Todd Helton is also tied for 7th in 2000 with 372.
Nomar's on there.
In 2000 with a 372.
Did Ichiro have a year?
Ichiro, 2004, 372.
Yeah,
so
I remember.
You got all the guys that hit 372. Gwynn, Garcia Parra, Helton, Suzuki all hit 372. They're tied for 7th. So
John said George Brett in the chat.
George Brett, yeah, number 2, 390 in 1980.
Yeah, George Brett, that massive season.
Yep. That was his third consecutive second consecutive batting title. I think he won.
Did
79.
Olerud have a season?
He did, but he fell short. He went way off the last month and a half. I think he finished with 358 or 360, something like that. So he's not in the top 10.
Okay. So how many are we missing?
You're missing 1, 2, 3. You're missing 3. Well, Ted Williams was 1 in 57. And he hit 388. But there's another player that is tied with him for 3rd. And then there's 2 others after that.
Is Cobb up there?
Not Cobb. No, since 1941, bud.
Oh, sorry, I missed this since 1941. And DiMaggio?
Yeah. No.
It's going to sound ridiculous, but Bonds?
No, not Bonds.
I mean, the guy only had to get 2 hits to hit 400 because he got walked so much.
Well, that's what
years.
He broke the record.
Right. The years are 77, 99, and 48, and all 3 are Hall of Famers.
99.
Yes, sir. And once you hear the name, you're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Is it Larry Walker?
It is Larry Walker. Yes,
okay.
Good.
Oh yeah.
379.
So I guess he and Nomar were chasing the same year.
Yeah.
All right. So it was 77 and 48.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Who's in 77? Was it Jackson?
No. I mean, notorious contact hitter.
Oh.
Rose?
No. If I say the team, it will give it away.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Oh, Carew.
Yeah.
I was like, why is that not jumping out at me?
And then 48 is a Cardinal.
I feel like it's probably wrong, but is it Musial?
It is Musial.
Okay.
Yeah. 376.
That's quite a list, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a good trivia question.
What did Luis Arise finish at, though? Because I don't think this article's up to date.
Wasn't he 350?
Did he end up sinking to 350?
He fell off a lot. Might have been in 330s.
Where's his baseball reference page? Why is it not at the top?
350. So 2023, he was at 354.
Yeah, that's when he was at 400 for a big bulk of the season.
He was,
right?
and then he fell off. So 354.
Yeah, crazy.
Still nowadays, 354 is big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, Olerud in 93 when he was chasing it ended at 363.
Jeez.
Wow.
Still a hell of a season. And that was a World Series year too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
He finished third in the MVP voting that year too.
Yeah, he's such an underrated guy. And I've said that a billion times on the show. Like, he's one of my favorite underrated guys.
Yeah.
Everything, guy skipped the minor leagues altogether. Easiest swing you'll ever see. Super high contact, good defense. Wore the helmet on the field.
Yep.
What's the story behind the helmet on the field? Does anyone know?
He had a something with his brain.
Yeah, he had taken
that he had to protect. I can't remember exactly.
Brain aneurysm in college.
That's what it was.
Yeah, so he could not take a direct shot to his head was a high danger.
Gotcha.
So I was like, yeah, it was an injury, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, brain aneurysm.
Well, think about it though. Like you know, in some of those baseball scrums and stuff. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Seattle used to have a lot of those.
Oh.
Harrison, you want to turn the volume up a little bit more so we can hear
it? Yeah, no kidding.
No. Can you hear it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh.
So they got first and third.
Yeah, Freddie went first to third on that base hit.
Oh, great. Yeah. See, I've just got the Clay Holmes set on in the pitch, the first pitch.
Yeah, well, here it comes.
Yeah, first to third. Thanks.
There's that better?
Yes.
Don't matter.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, I watched about 145 games this year. It's all right. The whole thing's coming unraveled.
Yeah, I think the wheels are about to fall off the bus.
The wheels fell off the bus once we left the station.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the series I thought we'd see.
No.
We thought it'd be some high scoring battles.
I
don't think the Yankees have done absolutely nothing.
I expected at least like 10-8, 12-10.
Oh yeah, something
like 8-6, something like that. We've seen no life. Oh, good swing out of Muncy there.
Terrific.
All right, your personal preference, best baseball fight ever.
It would have to be for me the one where Strawberry went in the dugout against Baltimore.
Oh, that one was wild.
That was so good.
Who was the pitcher? Was it Batista?
I can't remember who was pitching in that.
No,
fight.
Benitez. Armando Benitez.
Armando Benitez drilled Tino Martinez between the shoulder blades, and that's what started the whole ruckus.
Yep.
But yeah,
what's your favorite fight?
For me, it's still Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura.
Oh yeah,
that's an all-time good one.
My all-time favorite baseball player ever, Jason Varitek, shoving his glove into A-Rod's face.
You know,
A-Rod pretty great.
Right?
The what?
A-Rod won that fight.
On what planet?
And moving on. Also, I think the one where Mo Vaughn comes out of first base and completely T-bones. Who was it?
Oh,
wasn't it George
Bell? Yes.
Yeah.
He charges Aaron Seeley, and Mo Vaughn comes out of nowhere and just destroys him.
Cleans him out.
That's one man you don't want to fight was Mo Vaughn, man.
Oh, dude, he was nasty.
Ryan Ventura. The Kyle Farnsworth one where he just formed tackles the hitter.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
I'm actually surprised that Canseco and McGuire never got into some nasty fights, how big they are.
I don't think anybody wanted to mess with those guys. I think they just let it go.
Wait, Pedro Martinez charged the mound?
Wait, what?
Pedro charged the mound.
Yeah, he did.
In 96.
Yep. Somebody threw at him and hit him. It was like
threw.
Oh, yes.
Him.
I think Pedro threw his helmet at the guy.
Yeah, it was still at the Expos.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you remember in the minor leagues, Izzy Alcantara for the Red Sox, when he got hit and he turned around and kicked the catcher and then ran at the mound?
Oh yeah. Clemens threw the broken bat at Piazza in the World Series.
That was such a weird one.
That was so ridiculous.
And not only that, it's like his excuse. Oh yeah, dude, Albert Bell laying out Fernando Vina.
I was just gonna say it wasn't a fight, but Albert Bell wiping out Vina was a good one.
Oh my god, dude, he absolutely cleaned his clock. I just love Clemens' excuse. He's like, I thought it was the ball, but yeah, dude, you threw the head of the bat at Piazza. Like, even if you thought that was the ball, what are you doing throwing it at him?
Right.
Like,
it's not kickball.
Yeah, right.
Oh, what about like Pete Rose killing that catcher in the All-Star game?
Oh yeah, he was a psychopath.
Yeah, dude,
he was. I can't think of the catcher's name.
I can't either.
I think it ended his career actually.
But dude, that Albert Bell one, like, he hit Fernando Vina so hard that when Vina stood up, I don't even think he knew where he was.
No, I had no idea. What about Pedro throwing Don Zimmer on the ground?
I mean,
that wasn't really a fight. It was more of a.
Do you remember the Chanho Park fight when he threw like the roundhouse kick?
No, I gotta look that one up.
I know. Hang on. What?
Hang on. I'll find a clip.
I think I'm on the same website you are for right now. Tim Belcher.
Is there like a website like dedicated to baseball fights like there is for like hockey fights?
Well, if you Google it, you'll find a bunch. And yeah, it was Mike Williams of the Phillies that Pedro went after and threw his helmet at him.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous. That's an awesome one. He literally leaves the ground and tries to just roundhouse kick him in the head.
It was awesome.
Wow.
I was at a Sea Dogs game one time and a fight broke out. It was awesome.
Oh, Joey Bats and Odor.
That one's a great one.
Odor knocked what? 2 guys out? 3 guys out? I mean, there's a few fights he was in that.
Yeah.
Jose Ramirez, Tim Anderson.
Oh yeah, right.
That's a recent one.
Yeah.
Who was the Red Sox player that like came up and like boxed the pitcher and like fucking like dogs and like laid a hook in?
Oh, I know who you're talking about, but
he was like an outfielder for you guys, and they traded him away.
Oh, Bryce Harper and Hunter Strickland. That was another one.
Was that the one where he threw the helmet at him?
Yeah, or tried to, and it slipped out of his hand.
It slipped out of his hand and went flying off to the right.
That's what I don't get, dude. Like, if you're charging the mound, why are you dropping the bat? Oh, I'm with. I don't think there's even a question about this.
Oh no,
the malice at the palace. Yeah.
That was still the most insane fight you'll ever see.
Was wild.
That ended me like watching the NBA regularly.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done.
There's there's either a 30-30 or a documentary on that and I sat up and watched it because the whole thing was just crazy.
There's a 30, and then I believe there is one on Netflix. Like they did the sports series.
Yeah. Well, that's when Ron Artest then came back as Meta World Peace after he served his suspension.
Yeah.
Look, what a mess.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yep. We're with you, buddy. It's not just game over; it's series over. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's feeling that way. There's just no life in that Yankees dugout right now.
No.
Nope. I mean, they're not even showing Boone. He must like hit his nails down to his like.
Oh man, Boone! Yeah, Boone must be absolutely losing it.
He's putting his house up for the market after this series.
If I'm him, I would.
What's the other? Was it Cam? Who went into the stands for the Bruins?
Terry O'Reilly.
Yeah, that one was a
Terry O'Reilly's batshit crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy brawl too.
The Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph one?
Oh yeah, swinging helmets.
Did you see for Halloween? Somebody they made a Mason Rudolph pinata, but they made them swing with a Cleveland Browns helmet.
That's awesome.
That's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. I was at a Pirates game one time where this is back when Tim Thomas was down in Providence. They had one of those bench clear on like hockey fights, and Tim Thomas he came out swinging that goalie stick like a baseball bat at the dude.
It's crazy.
I love when the goalies get into the fight. That's when you know it's a good fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Beat from starting a rally. That's just the way it's going. Yeah, don't put it on. Don't waste the time. Sorry, I'm 30 seconds behind you guys.
It's all good.
You're not missing anything. Volpe's bat just flew further than the ball.
Yeah.
It's the furthest thing that the Yankees have launched this game.
Only thing they've had leave the playing surface.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I'm so tired of these guys taking 0-1 fastballs down the middle. Like, what are you looking for, 0-1, that you wouldn't swing at a fastball that's piped?
I don't know.
God almighty. Like, what are you doing? Now you're down 0-2.
Sucks.
Dude, I forgot they even had Daniel Hudson in the bullpen because they haven't even had to use him yet.
No, and he's been around for a bajillion years.
New York Knicks and Denver Nuggets. I forgot that one. They left like 5 guys on the bench after each side.
I love the good hockey fights. Like, you look over and the penalty box is full of people.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's like a standing room only.
The old Canadian, not even old, but like the Canadians Bruins were like, they were literally packed in like sardines. It was like they couldn't even get out of the penalty box.
They had more people in the penalty box than they had on the bench.
There were many times.
So good.
Like that. I think my all-time favorite fight of all times in any sports would be the Colorado Avalanche and the Detroit Red Wings.
That's on here.
That's a good one. That was chaos.
Like 25-minute chaos.
That was one like where the refs they couldn't even get them back. Like it was.
It was like when the Canadian juniors fought the Russian juniors, and they just had to cut the lights off. And when it was done, it was done.
Yeah, it just says the next year the two teams met again, and what ensued was a bloody 9-fight melee, which ended up defining the careers of many of the players involved.
Yikes.
Yeah, it did.
Wow. Yeah.
At one point in time, they were trying to get goalies. They were trying to get Patrick Roy's jersey off because they knew it wasn't tied down. And they had that tie down rule where the jersey came off, you immediately got a game misconduct.
Oh my God! Yeah, some of those stupid rules.
And like 4 guys were like going after Patrick Roy in that fight, trying to take it off.
Man, at his peak, Patrick Waugh was unreal.
Oh yeah,
unreal. Dominic Hasek, unreal. Ryan Miller, unreal. Sabres had a lot of guys just kept running goalies through there that were unreal.
So that 3-2 pitch that Rizzo just fouled off, good pitch, good swing, just foul.
Yep. Yeah. You like the next one?
Yeah, I'm gonna love it, I'm sure. I do like it.
You do like it. I told you. I mean, he piped a 3-2 fastball to Rizzo.
Yeah.
They need to string a few of these together. Offense this series, teams batting 194, 4 extra base hits, 26 Ks, 3 for 17 with runners in scoring position, 5 runs scored.
Not good.
Ooh, Austin Wells is in to hit.
Do we really need a mound conference out of this crap?
No, it's 4-0. That's the first hit they've had in like 3 days.
If we're naming hockey goalies, how did we forget Martin Brodeur?
Oh, he's one of
the Marty Brodeur, yeah. Fair.
He's got like the most goals, doesn't he?
No.
No, it wasn't.
It was the goalie from Philly, Hextall.
Yeah, Philly. It wasn't Garth Snow. It was
Hextall.
Hextall. There you go, Ron Hextall. Yep.
I think he's got like 3.
It says It's Google. So.
Oh, maybe he did.
He
played forever.
He did.
It says he's got 3, 2 in the regular season, 1 in the playoffs.
Okay.
Most recent goal just happened by Philip Gustafson by the Minnesota Wild on the 15th.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding. Like literally just happened.
Yep.
Now Google how many goalies have scored in a game. That's an interesting.
Oh,
it's just probably more than you think, but not as many as you'd imagine.
Yeah.
Right. I think I followed what you said there.
Yeah.
Who scored goal? $13 goalies.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So less goalies have scored than have scored on Mariano Rivera in the playoffs.
Are we still riding the Mariano Rivera train?
We'll always ride that, baby.
Are we now like in the depression phase of this World Series where now we're going to talk about the good old days?
Yep. As long as he's not facing Bill Miller, Mariano Rivera's.
Well, and I think if you look at it, like in the runs that Rivera gave up in the postseason, like 80% of them are against the Red Sox. Over like a 3-year span.
Yeah. I mean,
otherwise nobody touched him.
Yeah.
Bill Miller owned him for whatever reason.
I mean, the Red Sox owned him for a while there, but Bill Miller especially owned him.
I mean, they were faced him 19 times.
Well,
yeah, you saw him a lot.
That also does it, yeah.
That was back when baseball thought it would be amazing.
Oh, yes, please.
All
please,
right,
John.
Let's do it.
I can't read what he says.
Okay, so it says, can I fulfill my sole purpose on the show and ask for Craig's take on whether or not Jeter needed to dive into the stands?
So
you know the catch we're talking about where he's going up the third base line and dives into the stands with the ball.
Are we talking about the one where he went face first or the one where he fell on his back?
Face first, like full speed, Superman into the stands. Did he need to dive into the stands, or was that just like an added theatrical component?
So he talks about it when in the show this year. He actually talks about it. He had one earlier in the year where he bumped his leg off the wall and it hurt. So he was trying to. He thought it might have been a softer landing than landing on people than the way he landed.
So he could have stopped.
I think he had room to stop, personally.
Amen. We got to clip that, Nick. We got to clip that for Sean.
Yeah.
I've always said it's the most overrated catch ever because he caught it and he had plenty of time to stop. He just added the jump. But actually, that makes sense because the height of that wall
was a little higher in the old Yankee Stadium than it is now. And it didn't have that drop in where they got the trench now to keep everybody in the.
Oh yeah, right.
I always thought that he could have, like, he knows his surroundings. Derek Jeter was not a dumb player.
He knows that ballpark a little bit too.
Right. He could have at least peeled up the left field line there. He had room to kind of peel off and kind of run up the left field line, or slide and make the catch knowing that the wall was coming.
Yeah.
He caught the ball in fair territory and took 4 extra steps before launching himself into the stands.
Yep. He thought it was going to be a softer landing than bumping up against it again, but it just didn't work the way he planned. But he could have stopped, and he had room to stop.
Yep. Thank you. You're
welcome, John.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Sean's Sean's not in the same boat as we are.
Okay.
He said that Jeter was on a full tilt sprint, and what else was he supposed to do? Just stop on a dime? And I'm like, yep.
Well, you're also, you're also talking about a player that did stop on a dime on the regular. Like, how many times did he go to his right or his left and stop, make a throw?
Make a jump throw to first. That's a great point, too. I never even brought that up, but that's a fantastic point. Yeah. But
I mean, it jacked him up. He broke his cheekbone out of it.
Yeah, that did not end well for him.
I also don't think he expected all the spectators to just part like the Red Sea too and just get a face full of seat.
Yeah, no. I thought he expected people to catch him, and they all just bailed.
Yeah. Man, oh man.
I don't know if it was the show this year where they did the Jeter story, or if it was Captain where he talked about how he thought it was going to be a softer land.
Yeah, the Jeter moments in the show this year were actually pretty cool. I didn't mind them. I like the Negro League storylines they do though. Those are awesome.
I usually play those in the winter.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yep. Hope it's good. Nope.
Here we go. First and second.
Oh, it is good. Thanks, Nick.
So
he's like an inning behind us, man.
I still thought I gave you plenty of time for that.
No, I'm like 2 pitches behind.
That's wild.
They brought the lefty in to get the lefty out, and that didn't work.
What I really need is like Papelbon to come back and make sure the camera's on him before he pitches and get a good, build up, and then I might catch up.
All right, that kind of triggered me. Best heart attack closer.
Craig Kimbrell.
Papelbon's up there for me.
He is.
What do you mean by heart attack? Like guys on base?
The guy would come in with a clean inning, give up 2 base hits, and then somehow get out of it.
The scary saves.
Oh, the scary saves. Yeah, that's definitely
where they made it scary. Like it didn't have to be scary.
That would definitely be Papelbon, or Smith that you guys had for a while was pretty bad like that too. But probably Papelbon.
I think it's Papelbon.
Kimbrell's made a whole Hall of Fame career out of this.
I mean, that's true.
Kenley Jansen has also probably made a Hall of Fame career out of that as well.
Well, definitely more recently. He's definitely not the same guy he was when he was in LA.
He's a shadow of his former self. I mean, but you got a guy like right now, Josh Hader can be a little bit of a heart attack closer.
Yep. Anybody the Yankees roll out right now is a heart attack closer.
Yeah.
That whole bullpen's a heart attack.
The whole series, anytime they went to close, I thought I was gonna.
Oh, and you're not wrong for feeling that way. I mean, it definitely seemed like it.
How were you feeling after that Guardians game?
I felt really good. Once we got this series,
that one particular game with Big Christmas hitting the game tying and then Fry walking it off though. Like,
yeah, I didn't feel good about that. That was bad. I thought we were going to maybe blow the series, but we came back the next game and then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Back on track.
Wow.
That was a called third strike?
He called that a strike.
Oh boy.
Wow.
What?
Holy Hannah, dude. That was up around the shoulders.
I was thinking he was calling that on the swing, but it definitely wasn't that.
How is that Ump's face?
That was bad.
Wow.
Wow.
That's brutal.
The umpiring in the series has been brutal, though. And we talked about
it really hasn't been great.
The 63rd rated guy is calling balls and strikes, and the 72nd guy is out at second. It's like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, how are we giving really, really bad, some of the worst umpires in the league playoff assignments and World Series assignments at that?
Maybe
I don't get it either.
Maybe they shove it up Angel's ass. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Oh man, 4-0 at the end of 7. Like,
not expected it to go. Not how I thought it was going to go.
This whole series hasn't gone. I mean, it's been a total no-show, and it's not at all what anybody expected. We thought for sure this was 6 or 7 games. It's gonna be hard to get it past 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We like a run.
It's like 0 margin for error.
Yeah, I expected a little bit more than this.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even get Cole out on short rest now. It's only
no.
Yeah, I mean, you may, because he pitched on what, Friday?
Yeah, he pitched
Saturday,
Friday,
Sunday, Monday. Yeah, 3 days rest. I mean, that's a lot to ask.
But you got to, right?
You don't have a choice at this point. But the problem is, like, even if Cole comes out and throws a no-hitter, if you score no runs, it doesn't friggin' matter.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a bullpen game tomorrow, but I have no faith that this Yankees team is going to hit against anybody right now.
So Dodgers will probably start Kopech, because we're probably not going to see him tonight. We might see Blake Trinan for 2. If they're, because they started Kopech.
Do you think they'll waste Trinan tonight?
The last bullpen game, right? No, maybe not. I don't know.
Who else they got left? I don't have my access to my computer right now.
They have Brazier.
Yeah.
But Brazier can also open, so whoever doesn't pitch tonight will open tomorrow probably.
Which is crazy that they can just do that. Like, they just have that flexibility in their pitching staff.
Yeah.
That's a makeup call.
Yeah.
Glaber's out there still shaking his head on that call, though. That ball was 5 inches out of the strike zone.
That's not even close.
It was at his neck or his chin.
That's terrible.
Robo-umps in 5 years?
Jeez.
You think it's going to take 5 years? Not at this rate. Listen, I've seen it at the minor league level, and it's incredible.
Okay.
I love it. That literally each team gets 3 challenges.
Okay.
So what happens if they get it right, you keep it. If you get it wrong, you lose it. And once your 3 are done, you don't get any more. So, like, what that does is it doesn't make you challenge the close ones unless it's late in the game and you have some to burn.
Okay.
So the egregious ones get called out early in the game, if that makes sense. Right? Because they're only going to challenge the ones that are like clearly a ball or clearly a strike. And it happens. The pitch happens. The batter or the catcher just goes like this. They tap. The ump turns around, goes, batter's challenging the pitch. They turn to the Jumbotron. It shows where it hits the K zone, and then he fixes the call. It's 7 seconds, tops.
Okay.
I want it. I want it in the game. Takes 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, John, someone from Japan commented like right at the beginning of the show. Oh, I don't know how they're gonna do with the height difference, but I mean, in the minor leagues, it's working. So I don't know. I'm sure they have the technology to adjust that, and the strike zone doesn't change that much from what's being called, to be completely honest.
Okay.
But
I'm just wondering because you got some monsters like Judge and Stanton that are
Well, I mean, no, I get that part, but I'm sure it can be adjusted and stuff. But yeah, someone from Japan commented like at the beginning of the show. We also are in touch.
Prestige Worldwide, right here.
That's right.
I went also awesome.
Yeah, but also been like talking back and forth a little bit with a baseball podcast in Australia called the Extra Base Podcast, and they cover like Australian baseball and stuff. It's just crazy. So it's pretty cool. I love that aspect of like coming in and like just not knowing who you're going to talk to and who's got like the
we've had a lot of
connections. It's
cool people pop onto our page or pop into our chat from all over the place.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Tommy Canley, 57 consecutive changeups thrown.
He's going to throw a fastball.
He really should just like mix it. He would absolutely shock somebody.
The way he ran out there, you'd think he would.
Yeah, right. What's
amazing is the only pitch he throws, and yet you still can't hit it. Like,
it's got so much lateral movement. It's nuts. It's almost like a screwball.
Oh, it's bizarre. And like, there's always the fear that he's going to like throw a fastball right by you.
Look at it. He's thinking about it. He looked. He was thinking about it.
So many changeups. It's such a weird grip too.
It is.
How does he hold it?
He's got like this like split grip with his fingers. It's weird.
So it's a Vulcan change, they call it. Is it like
sort of, but he kind of like it's like a he's got like a little bit of like he's almost got a circle change going, but then he's got like the split in his fingers. But it moves like crazy. That was another terrible call, but it was a makeup.
Wow.
All right, so the Yankees getting skunked tonight? Like, what do we think?
No, they're going to put up another run just to say that they put up a fight, I think.
You think they got a garbage run in them? I don't, dude.
I've been wrong all night, but we'll see what happens.
John, I can't wait for you to brag about that either.
Yeah.
When we get $100 million offer to go on Spotify or Amazon, like the Kelsey boys, then we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want it. I just want enough money so we can like go to a game.
I'm not asking for much.
Yeah, like I don't. I mean, it would be nice to make $100 million a year, but I don't need it. Oh, okay. Maybe I do need it.
You do. You do.
Yeah.
Let's be serious.
Yeah.
We got to get Nick a Lambo.
Yeah, right. Not around here, dude. I wouldn't be able to pull into my driveway with all the friggin' rain gutters built into the road.
Oh, right. Well, you know where I live. Lambo doesn't work up here.
No.
That thing would be no good for like 6 months out of the year.
7.
Dude, 12. It's too hilly in Maine.
Well, it's too hilly, and then like half the friggin' roads are all chewed up. That thing you just beat the crap out of it.
Oh my god, dude!
But yeah, all the elevation, like that thing would be grinding on the ground all the time.
Oh yeah.
They almost ran into each other on a simple routine pop up.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, man.
Well, if we're getting our garbage run, it's going to be 2, 3, 4.
Well, you're not getting anything out of 3, so
yeah.
Just call it what it is, boys.
What if you are the Yankees and you get swept in this series? What do you do? Do you change anything?
Oh, you change everything.
Everything's getting changed.
You think so?
You chuck a hand grenade at this thing and start over.
Even making the World Series.
After
you blow everything up?
After a 15-year drought to then show up and get smoked, I think you'd have to.
I think we're going to see a lot of changes. I think obviously number 1 is Boone's gone. Boone's gone if he doesn't win this series. 2 would be they do sign Soto back. Maybe they restructure Cole's deal. Maybe they trade him. I don't know. They lose Stanton's gone. I don't know. It's a mess.
What is Stanton's deal up?
No one's going to take Stanton's deal.
What is his deal up?
I don't remember.
It's like forever.
It feels like it's going to be to the end. He's been here a long time.
So
he's not a free agent until 2029.
Oh.
Yeah. And no one's taken that contract.
No.
Actually,
it looks like there's a club option in 28.
Okay, so they could get rid of him.
Maybe he retires and he takes his partial. I don't know.
Well, actually, his salary starts to fall off. He's $32 million next year. Then he's 19, 15, 15, okay. And then he's a free agent.
Maybe that is a tradable contract then. You would have to suck it up for this year, but
well, if you're the Yankees, you ship him in a bag of cash and just move on.
Yeah.
I mean, the sad part, he's not your problem.
Right. Not right now. So Aaron Boone has a club option for 2025. So he's in the last year of his 3-year extension.
Yeah.
So the Yankees could say thanks, but no thanks.
Which is what I think they're going to do if they lose.
I don't know how you bring him back. I mean, where he like outright blew game 1. I don't know how you bring him back and think the fans won't like riot and picket.
Do you think they fire Cashman too?
I thought Cashman should have gone 5 years ago.
At least 5 years ago.
He's been horrendous for them. He just keeps rolling out the same type of team every year that doesn't win.
Although, like he did, I think single-handedly put the Yankees. You can argue he put the Yankees in the World Series this year with the talent he traded for. He made the right moves. He got Soto here. The farm's starting to come up again. Like the Yankees aren't a bought team like they usually were.
Not like they used to be. You've got some homegrown products like Volpe in the field. So
yeah, you got Dominguez coming up. You got Wells up. Judge is a homegrown talent.
Yep.
So
you bought Soto, you bought Rizzo, you bought Cole.
You didn't even buy Soto.
Well, you traded, but
right. But that's wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. You're gonna have to buy him though.
Oh well, yeah. If you want to keep him, you're gonna have to buy
you can't let him go.
But you got traded in a bunch of like utility guys like Birdie. You got
yeah.
So Jazz. You got
yeah.
I just don't see him sticking around. You got to do some sort of trade. Something's got to go.
But I mean, Brian Cashman's been there for what, 27 years?
He's been there since
98, right?
97, I think. Maybe 98. Oh!
Don't get excited.
98.
You get that short porch, so it's just Yankees are stuck for the celebrities.
My argument with Cashman was always he showed up in 98. He inherited a team that was a monster.
Mm-hmm.
They won 3 in a row. Not a team he built. It was already there. They win 3 in a row, and then they kind of
They go to 4 in a row.
Yeah, they win 3 in a row. They go to 4 in a row. They lose to the Diamondbacks on a crazy back-breaking walk-off. You finally win in 09, and you've done nothing since. So really, in terms of World Series that he's delivered in his tenure, it's really just been 2009.
Yeah.
Because most of that team was assembled for him already when he got there.
He did a lot of wheeling and dealing for 99. He did a lot of wheeling and dealing in 2000. And I mean, they should have won the 2001 World Series, but
because he was he the assistant GM before he took over as the GM?
Yes.
It's he had a hand in building those teams, but he wasn't the guy.
Correct.
It's he gets credit for 98, 99, 2000, but partial credit. And then he has 09. But in the grand scheme of things for the Yankees, that's not a super successful tenure.
I mean, you got the trade for Clemens.
Yeah, I'm looking at the best Cashman deals that he's made. David Wells for Roger Clemens.
Amazing.
Ricky Leday for David Justice.
Pretty good deal.
Yep.
Alfonso Soriano for Alex Rodriguez.
Okay.
C.J. Henry for Bobby Abreu.
Okay.
Wilson Betterment for Nick Swisher.
Yeah.
Shane Green for Didi Gregorius.
I forgot Didi was on that team, but yep.
Yeah, who they just kind of abandoned.
That's what Cut 4 by MLB.com says that were his 6 best moves.
Okay.
And that article was written in 2018.
Okay.
You could argue Soto might be one of those now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the re-signing of Pettit was a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
They got hometown's cheap. Here we go. 2 runs. I hope.
I mean, Judge didn't K.
No, that's a plus.
That's a win.
Small victories at this point in time.
It's Nick's favorite guy. Oh, my goodness. It's Nick's favorite guy, Brazier.
I can't stand this dude.
What do you got against him?
This time with the Red Sox, he was atrocious.
So bad, dude. And the freaking head tilt, dude. Put your head on straight.
Brazier just made Stanton look foolish.
Yeah.
The Yankees fans are losing it in the seats now.
Oh my God.
John, wasn't Mussina a trade? Yeah, he was an Oriole, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of our trivia questions a few weeks ago.
Yep.
He's the oldest player to win 20 games for the first time in his career, and it was with the Yankees.
I think his first ever move was actually bringing Tino Martinez over.
Tino worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Paul Neal is here already.
Yeah.
Jazz is just absolutely bitching the umpire out in the box.
Yep. Well, I mean, he got screwed in last game.
Yeah, he's had a lot of stuff go against him that was at a minimum questionable, but in most cases horrendous. Here's Ryan Brazier pitching really well for the Dodgers in the World Series.
So if I was Brazier and Jazz did that, I'd fucking beam him.
I'd throw the same pitch, see if it gets called again, then watch him melt down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God, the Dodgers winning the World Series is the last thing I wanted to see this year. The only fans that are worse than Yankees fans, no offense, Craig, we like you, are Dodgers fans.
No. Phillies fans are right up there too.
That's true. Phillies fans are the worst, period.
So here we go. I found a list of the best trade deadline moves by the Yankees and the worst trade deadline moves.
Okay. Brazier's mowed him down.
David Cohn in 95.
Is that a good one or a bad one?
These are the best ones. Yep, sorry. Good ones.
David Cohn was a man.
Yep, David Cohn. David Justice 2000. Abreu 06. Which was added to that Johnny Damon, Jeter, Abreu, A-Rod, Giambi, Sheffield, Matsui, Posada, and Cano lineup.
That didn't win for the record.
How did that 06? 3 trades in 2016. David Robertson, Todd Frazier, and Tommy Kahnle the first time.
David Robertson was an underrated guy.
Yeah.
Big time.
That dude could go in and
most John's got a good point. He built out some good rosters. He brought in some guys that were late in their career that could fill a role.
Yeah.
They turned in 2016. They turned Aroldis Chapman into Gleyber Torres, Adam Warren and 2 minor leaguers, Andrew Miller into Clint Frazier, Justice Sheffield and 2 prospects, and Carlos Beltran into 3 pitching prospects.
Okay. So let's see the worst deals.
Ken Phelps, 1988. Never heard of the dude.
No.
Jeff Weaver, the mid-2000s Yankees teams never had enough pitching, and Weaver was desperate attempt to fill the hole.
Yep, I remember
He
that.
put up a 5.35 ERA as a member of the team, taking the loss in 03 World Series.
Yep.
Lance Berkman in 2010.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Berkman was way past his expiration date.
4 trades in 2014.
The Joey Gallo?
Yeah. No, that Gallo was after that. That's 14. Chase Headley, Brandon McCarthy, right. Steven Drew, and Martin Prado.
Oh, those are all bad.
That was bad.
Chase Headley was really bad. That dude was a mess.
Sonny Gray in 2017.
Yeah.
Yep.
So honorable mention. So they say they're not really the best or the worst, but Ichiro in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, wasn't much left there.
Soriano reacquiring, or the Yankees reacquiring Soriano.
Yeah, that was a bad move.
And then Zach Britton and J.A. Happ.
Oh, Zach Britton. That dude, did he even get on the field for them? I feel like he had like a good half season, then was injured the rest of the contract.
Yeah. So that's what they have. Again, that article was written in 2019. So, what'd you say?
Ellsbury never got back on the field.
That was a terrible signing.
I think we're still paying.
That was a free agent deal, right?
Yeah, that was a terrible signing. Yeah, they had to fight with him about the contract. I think the Yankees eventually lost, had to pay it out.
Yeah. I think we're still paying him.
Oh, shit. They're saying the Yankees might be the best fit for Blake Snell next year.
They're going to need pitching. They're going to spend like if they're serious and pissed off, they're going to spend like crazy.
I think we're going to see Steinbrenner's days, the old Steinbrenner days.
Well, it's one thing that, George, the evil empire that he created there by spending like crazy. The Hal is not the same way.
No, he's not.
He'll spend, but he's actually trying to build out a more holistic team with minor leaguers and player development and some free agents mixed in, where George just bought whoever the hell he wanted.
You know what would be cool? If you could open up all of the Yankees books to see what they truly make every dollar versus what they spend.
There's some information available online. We're looking at a couple weeks ago on the show.
All right, here we go. Yankees' worst free agent signings in franchise history. Honorable mention: AJ Burnett's 5-year, $82.5 million deal in 2008.
God, I hate that prick.
How much was his contract for?
82.5 for 5 years.
Yeah,
that was so bad. He was terrible there.
Randy Wynn in 2010.
Oh,
$1 million. I mean, chump change now.
Yeah.
Kyle Farnsworth's 3-year, $17 million deal. What'd you say?
Was that really that bad though? I mean, it's kind of hard to pin that on a reliever.
Well,
I don't know.
He blew
a still. Aroldis Chapman's 5-year, $86 million deal in 2016.
Yeah, that's
$48 million post opt-out in 2019.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Those were honorable mentions. Pedro Feliciano in 2011, 2 years, $8 million. Brian McCann, 5 years, $85 million. Only 3 years completed.
Yeah, I forgot.
J.A. Haps, 2 years, $34 million and 18. Tony Womack.
Crazy.
Kevin Youkilis, number 10, 1 year, $12 million. Ellsbury's got to be number 1. I forgot Jarrett Wright, 3 years, $21 million. I forgot about Jarrett Wright.
After he left Cleveland.
Yeah.
Jose Contreras, 4 years, $32 million in 2002.
He was so good before he signed that deal, though.
Yeah.
He was a big, ugly dude.
Kenny Rogers, 4 years, $19.5 million, 95. That's number 5 on the list. Number 4, Kei Agawa, 5 years, $20 million, 2006.
Did he ever play?
He totaled 71 2/3 innings in the bigs in over 2 years.
Okay, yeah,
with a 6.6 ERA.
Yeah, it was 2 and 4 with a 6.66 ERA and 13 starts. A 1.75 WHIP.
Yeah. Ooh, Carl Pavano's number 2, 4 years, $39.95 million.
That was a disaster. He never pitched.
Yeah.
It was a great signing at the time because he was
an ace. He was a workhorse.
Yeah. And then he gets to New York and
falls apart like all the other big signings.
Yeah.
Yeah. He made 17, 19, 26 starts in 4 years.
Yeah. That's about right.
And then number 1's Ellsbury, 7 years, $153 million in 2013.
Yeah.
It's a shame because Ellsbury was so talented.
He was.
But he was never going to live up to that contract, and then B, physically he couldn't make it.
There was speculation around him too. They call it the air of mystery attached to his name, and figuring out how he hit 32 home runs in 2011.
Yeah, because that was such an outlier season for his whole career. Like it's not
for it to happen in a contract year.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like going back to Sesame Street when one of these things doesn't belong.
Yeah,
right. It's that year hit 321, 32, 105, played 158 games. Never again did he do anything even close to that. Most he ever hit after that was 16 in his first year in with the Yankees.
I mean, why are we going to the review on this? It clearly hit his foot.
We just got to make it interesting. Yankee Stadium is clearing out.
Yep.
All right. You ready? Best and worst Red Sox signings.
Oh, here we go.
You ready?
A lot of those.
All right. Number one for the best. Number one. Who do you think it is, Harrison and Craig?
Manny?
Ortiz.
No, Ortiz.
No, Manny's number one.
Okay.
Oh.
Then Ortiz is number two.
No. Ortiz was a trade.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was a trade.
It's not Schilling.
Yes, Schilling was a trade too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I can't remember if Schilling was a trade.
Pedro was a signing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he might have been a trade as well, I think. I'll have to check on that. But it's not number two in the Boston Sports Journal. You know who number two is?
No.
JD Martinez.
Really?
5 years, $110 million. He signed before the 2018 season, got him a World Series, and during his Boston tenure, 113 home runs, 361 RBIs.
Okay.
And this was written in 2022, so
I mean, sorry, so not a super exciting choice, but I get it.
Nope. Number three, part of the 2004 season, he came over in 2001 from the Royals and Athletics. The idiot.
Oh, Damon?
Yeah, Johnny Damon.
That's a good signing.
Number four was the Mariano Rivera killer.
Billy Miller.
Bill Miller. 3 years, $6.7 million. That's why it's
such a bargain.
Best. Yeah, that's why it's one of the best, because you got so much for him.
Oh, and he was like almost out of baseball. Like, it was a guy that was struggling to hang on.
And then you got Koji, 1 year, 4.25 after the 2012 season.
Yeah.
Why is that up there? That's not a.
Because I think it's for like the bargain for what he actually gave.
Yeah, in 2013 he was so good for them.
Yeah, he was good that year.
Honorable mention was Beltre, Folk, and Sean's guy, JD Drew.
Oh, JD Drew was a terrible signing.
Okay. I think these ones are probably easy. Number one.
So, hey, real quick. So, Craig, to answer your question, the Yankees in 2023 had $679 million in revenue. They only had an operating income of $2.1 million. So basically, they spent everything they made.
Okay.
They had $130 million more revenue than the next closest team, which was the Dodgers.
Okay.
Like the revenue they play with is off the. They're 2x everybody else in the league.
Okay.
Wild.
All right. Number one,
the worst. I think you can probably figure this one out.
I want to hear it though.
Harrison, number one, the worst. Who is it?
I mean, there's a lot of bad ones that come to mind, but the worst. Is it like an obvious one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blatantly obvious.
Like, is this like Jose Offerman, or is it?
Oh, he's on the list. He's number three.
Okay.
I mean, this dude couldn't get up from the buffet table.
Oh, Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pablo's got to be on there. Crawford's got to be on there.
Yeah. Sandoval and Crawford are 1 and 2. Sandoval, 5 years, $95 million after the 2014 season.
That was pretty bad. But I mean,
go ahead.
For San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. He was unreal in San Francisco and then came here and nothing. Carl Crawford, 7 years, $142 million.
Yeah.
And brutal. And then
How long was he actually here?
Career in Boston, he was 260 hitter, 14 home runs, 75 RBIs. Not long.
2 seasons, and they dumped him. Oh, so he was in that LA package where they basically dumped everybody.
Yeah, celebrating on the jet on the way over.
Yep. And then he did nothing in LA also and was gone.
Correct.
Yeah. Number 3, you said Jose Offerman, 4 years, $26 million.
Yeah, and the dude barely played.
Number 4. It was an ex-Sea Dog, an ex-Marlin.
Oh,
Beckett?
AJ Burnett?
No. Shortstop.
Oh, Hanley?
No, before him.
Oh.
He hit the comebacker to Fulk for the Cardinals to end the World Series.
Oh, Renteria.
Yeah.
That was a terrible signing.
4 years, $40 million.
Oh, he was so bad. Edgar Renterak is what everybody called him.
I liked him as
he was. I mean, everybody's excited when he came over in 2005 after they beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, he signed after the 2004 season.
Yeah, he came over after the World Series win, and we were all pumped. And then it was like,
yeah, well, it's because like we weren't expecting Orlando Cabrera to be our everyday shortstop.
No,
like he was a nice piece, but no.
Yeah, but he was not that kind of player.
Yeah, and then honorable mention: Matt Clement, Andre Dawson, and Jack Clark.
Jack Clark, that crazy like rolling wrist, and then you snap the bat up, and Jose Canseco could be on that list because they only brought him in for a year, and he was awful.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Rally caps. Oh, here's Josh Beckett. That 2003 World Series was bonkers.
Mm.
No one expected them to win that.
No way. The Yankees were just expected to roll over them.
But I mean, that Marlins lineup was no joke either.
They were legit.
Yeah.
And Beckett was fantastic in that series.
And Burnett was lights out too. Who was their number 3 there, though?
Wasn't it Dontrell Willis?
Might have been.
Yeah, it could have been young Dontrell.
Oh yeah,
I missed the days of Levon Hernandez who threw like 92 different
Oh,
pitches.
I forgot. They had Brad Penny, Carl Provano, Willis, Beckett.
Oh, that's right, Penny
Burnett.
And Pavano.
Yeah.
One of the best baseball names ever, Tim Spooneybarger. Brandon Looper, you remember him? I think he was like one of those little sidewinders, lefties.
Braden Looper.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, that 2003 Marlins team was no joke. But the Yankees were expected to just roll over them.
Yeah.
We should have.
Mark Redmond.
Huh.
Oh, Ugether Urbina.
Oogie.
Yeah, well, he's behind bars.
Yeah.
Ivan Rodriguez, Derek Lee, Luis Castillo, Alex Gonzalez, Mike Lowell, Todd Hollinsworth, Juan Pierre, Juan Encarnacion.
Damn.
Miguel Cabrera, Mike Redmond, Jeff Conine. Damn.
That was like when Juan Pierre was stealing like 50, 60, 70 backs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was so fast.
Ugh.
Yeah, he only had 65 stolen bases in 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah, quiet season.
Yep.
He had more stolen bases than he had RBIs that season.
I believe it.
Not shocked. He was on base a lot, too.
Yeah.
There's your boy trying and warming up, Nick, in case Kopech gets in trouble.
Oh, so Kopech is in the game. So I wonder who they're going to open with tomorrow.
All right, runner in score position. All right. Only the second one all night.
I don't think that one's quite got the distance.
Nope. No, it does not.
No.
Considering he caught it in foul ground in front of the first base dugout.
Dude,
didn't have the legs.
Juan Pierre in 2003 had 204 hits. He only had 36 extra base hits.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
A lot of singles. That's a lot of singles.
He bunted a lot, too.
Yeah, he did. He dropped on some nasty ones.
747 plate appearances that year. Holy crap. That's a lot of mileage walking between the dugout and home plate.
Yeah. He burned out a few cleats.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I wish MLB would do like a skills competition or something.
I've said that.
We've talked about this
years.
so many times. Nick's been banging that drum for as long as we've had the podcast.
My
There's
God,
that one. Was it the Korean baseball league, Nick? You found the video of?
Yeah, they call it the bunt derby, and they try to get it on the targets.
That's awesome. See, they should do.
I said they should put targets in the outfield and like have bat control. You could have like a outfield accuracy throw.
Put a bucket or something, or somebody at home plate and see.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of things.
I mean, fastest first to third.
Yep. Or you could do like fastest from home to home, something like that. It just, come on. Yeah. You guys are so far ahead of me. Oh,
there it is.
Oh my God! Something to finally cheer about. Holy shit!
It only took 26 outs to get there.
But they did this in game 2 as well.
They wait until it's too damn late to get something going.
Yeah, 2 outs in the 9th.
Now you turn the lineup over and get back to the top.
I mean, but it's terrible. It is.
See, that should have happened in the 8th, and then we could,
or like maybe in like the 2nd or 3rd. That'd be cool.
Yeah. How about we try the beginning of the game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, that girl wanted no part in that home run ball coming back in.
I mean, these next 2 guys that you have coming up are the 2 guys you want up right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You don't want Judge to be the guy standing at the plate that represents the winning run or the tying run. Gleiber's got to go to base. Soto's got to drive both of them in. Judge can then K, and you go to extra innings.
Ooh, that would be nice. Free baseball? That would be great.
Yeah. Worked out great in game 1, too.
Yeah, well. I don't know that we have anybody left to pitch.
You never had anybody to begin with, it seems like.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
Oof. I wonder what 100's like, actually sitting in the box facing it.
I don't really want to know.
Really fast.
Yeah.
It's either that or to like a prime Tim Wakefield knuckleball.
Oh, man, I would love to have seen one of those live, like in the box.
Yeah.
But, no.
All right. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, it looked good for a second. Then it was like, nope, they're right there.
Yeah.
I didn't get shut out.
That's true. All victories.
Yeah. They now need to stack 4 of them.
Wow.
It doesn't look like the Red Sox, like when they were absolutely pissed that they got embarrassed by like 13 runs.
I just never would have guessed this.
Nobody did.
No.
I mean, anybody that says they predicted this is full of crap because nobody did.
I mean, it was pretty 50-50.
Yeah, it was a coin flip.
There was a lot of people that are like, Dodgers could win this. We even said that. We're like, Dodgers could win this. But this could be a tight series. You got 2 juggernauts going at it.
It's been anything but that.
Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely wild. Oh. Well.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
That note. Absolutely insane.
Yep.
All right.
I cry.
Well, Dodgers 1 win away, so we'll see if they can cap it off tomorrow night or Yankees can stave off elimination. But bullpen game against Luis Hill, so we'll see what happens there. But all right. Well, Craig, thanks for joining us, and everybody in the chat, thanks for joining us during the game. Don't know if we'll be on tomorrow night. Probably depends on how we're feeling. But anyways, before you go, just make sure you follow us on Facebook, and you subscribe on YouTube, listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And keep your eye out. We may or may not be on tomorrow, like I said. If not, we'll see you next week for a full World Series recap.